Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Anime Advent, The King of No God. Chapter 21, Villa. The five of them ate and chatted, and the atmosphere was lively. Ryu ate the meat in one bite. Brother landlord, our game warehouse will arrive today, and we will also enter the game at that time. Tiantian said fearfully. That's right, that villain last night was really abominable. He even used the skills in the game to commit crimes. If it wasn't for the landlord brother, Sister Jingwen must have been taken advantage of. Tiantian, what did you say? Jingwen, who had always been a little aloof, was not calm at this moment. She dragged past Tiantian with a blushing face, and began to rub her limbs. Ah, ha ha ha, please forgive me, Sister Jingwen, please forgive me. Tiantian trembled from being scratched. Yuqing. What happened last night gave us a big impact. We must enter the game and improve our strength to protect ourselves. Otherwise, we will not even have the ability to resist when we encounter the situation yesterday. Long Tian nodded. You really should join the game. Now the game has begun to be more important than reality. If you don't join the game to improve your personal strength, you are destined to become the lowest class people in the future. Ryu waved her small fist. So, we have already asked for leave from school, and we will improve our strength in the game first. Brother Long, when I become stronger in the game, I will protect you. Only a quirky girl like Ryu would say such a thing. Okay, I'll rely on you from now on. Long Tian laughed. Now after preliminary understanding, Long Tian has basically figured out the characters of the four girls. A quirky person with many ideas and boldness. Tiantian is a good wife and mother type, a good girl who follows the rules, similar to Hinata. Yuqing is hot and generous, and she is organized, she is independent, she is a big sister. Jing Wen is tall and cold, has a personality, is more careful than the other three women, and has a sharper vision. The game box was delivered soon, and it took half an hour to install it. Brother landlord, shall we go in? The four girls waved to Long Tian and entered the game room. A few hours later, Long Tian entered the game again. First, I brought someone to brush the dungeon, 100,000 yuan for one game, 2.5 million yuan for 5 players after 5 games, and more than 5 million yuan in experience. Don't look at Long Tian's daily income of several million yuan, but the average player only earns more than 10,000 points per day, unless local tyrants use real federal currency to buy game money. It's not easy to make money in games, otherwise Naruto and the others wouldn't have to be so poor. That's the benefit of being high. It only took a little over an hour to complete the dungeon, and then I walked around the village to see if there was a chance to gain favorability. For the future positioning, Long Tian has a preliminary idea, that is, relying on Konoha in the early stage, and attracting a group of sincere people to build his own team. In the future, you can hang and beat Akatsuki before setting up your own family. If you set up your own family in the early stage, you will be beaten by Konoha and Akatsuki's NPCs in all directions. But these are just preliminary ideas, and there may be different opportunities in the future. I walked around and didn't meet any NPCs. At this moment, Long Tian remembered that when intercepting Cloud Shinobi, Iruka gave himself a reward, asking him about skills. I actually forgot about this. Long Tian hurried to the ninja school. Stop, this is the ninja school, outsiders are not allowed to enter. At the gate of the school, the guard ninja blocked Long Tian from entering with a cold face. Long Tian, I want to find teacher Iruka. Hearing this, the doorman's cold face finally melted a little bit. If you want to find teacher Iruka, just wait here. There is still an hour before school ends. Long Tian knew that he couldn't get in, so he could only nod helplessly, okay. Taking advantage of this time, Long Tian took on missions again and again to improve Konoha's reputation and favorability. After an hour, Lingaling, ninja school is over, a group of Konoha Mirai flowers bustling out of the gate of the ninja school. Hey, big brother Long Tian, a cry of surprise came. Long Tian saw that Naruto was waving to him, and then ran over. Long Tian smiled and said, Naruto, are you hungry? I'll treat you to Ichiraku ramen later. Ichiraku ramen, Naruto exclaimed in surprise, wow, great, let's go right away. Long Tian hurriedly stopped. Wait, I want to see teacher Iruka. Naruto, Sensei Iruka will come out soon. Are you asking him to eat ramen? No problem. Long Tien patted his chest, and now he is a small local tyrant, so it is natural for him to treat guests to dinner and collect his favorability. At this time, Long Tien finally saw the other Konoha Bashaochang, Ino Shikacho, Haruno Sakura, Sasuke. They saw that their classmate Naruto was with a stranger. They couldn't help but glance at Long Tien a few more times, but they still looked very proud, shook their heads, and walked away. Long Tien speculates that this is because the system does not allow players to have too much contact with these NPCs, and they can only formally get to know them through specific plots. When Long Tien watched these Xiaoqiangs leave, Hinata's voice came to his ears again, "Mr. Naruto, Mr. Long Tien." Hinata was looking at Long Tien and Naruto curiously, apparently not understanding why the two knew each other. "Hinata will eat ramen later, do you want?" Long Tien called out. "No. No." Hinata blushed immediately, waved her hands and left, with Hyuga guards behind her to protect her. Soon Long Tien saw Iruka. Long Tien proposed to eat ramen, and he agreed directly. "Treat yourself, Ichiraku ramen." Iruka favorability +1. Naruto favorability +1. After eating and drinking, Long Tien proposed to ask Iruka for skills, and Iruka readily agreed. The three came to the training ground of the ninja school, where there are a lot of training equipment. Ding, under the guidance of Iruka, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience +10000. Ding, under the guidance of Iruka, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience +10000. Ding, under the guidance of Iruka, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience +10000. Ding, under the guidance of Iruka, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience +10000. A series of system prompts almost every second made Long Tien elated. Ding, under the guidance of Iruka, kunai has been upgraded to LV31. Ding, under the guidance of Iruka, kunai has been upgraded to LV32. Ding, under the guidance of Iruka, kunai has been upgraded to LV33. Long Tien was elated while being taught. There are teachers who really upgrade much, much faster. An hour later, Iruka's teaching ended. Looking at the skill panel, Long Tien laughed until his teeth fell all over the floor. Kunai, upgraded from LV30 to LV40. Shuriken, upgraded from LV30 to LV40. Body replacement technique, upgraded from L30 to LV45. Jayin, upgraded from L30 to LV45. Chakra refining technique, upgraded from L15 to LV25. This is simply too heaven-defying. Long Tien couldn't help asking, "Teacher Iruka, how high is your chakra refining technique?" Iruka sighed. "My aptitude is not good, not as strong as Kakashi and the others, only level 480. Bad qualifications. Level 480. Poof. Long Tien vomits blood. This is awesome, pretending to be a little unstoppable. Long Tien always thought that he would pretend, but now compared to Iruka, look at him, how well pretended he is, it is completely caught off guard. Life mentor. Long Tien asked Naruto again. "Naruto, where is your chakra refining technique?" Naruto scratched his head and said embarrassingly, "I'm the tail end in the class, only level 200. Poof. Long Tien vomited blood again. Look, as expected of Iruka's student, even pretends to be hot-eyed, so caught off guard. What Long Tien didn't know was that the reason why Naruto's chakra refining technique was so high was because the nine tails chakra in his body often caused mischief. Under such pressure, his level was so high. Definitely not that tall, not even Sasuke could be that tall. Then it was leveling, fighting monsters, and earning experience. It's so boring, I really want to leave Zinsho village and start the official plot. Long Tien lamented. Just when Long Tien spawned monsters, Sarutobi Hiruzen of Hokage 3rd generation in the Hokage office building was gathering a group of Jonin and Chunin. At present, there are more and more alien ninjas in Konoha. It's time to pick some outstanding people to train. As the future backup force of the village, if anyone recommends it, you can actively recommend it. Kakashi, Asuma, Red, Guy, Iruka, Ebisu, Akamaiki Choza, Yamanaka Haiichi, wait for you to look at me and I will look at you. Finally Kakashi asked, "Master Hokage, may I ask where should this person be cultivated?" Sarutobi Hiruzen. I decided to put these aliens in the ninja school, as auditors, and just listen to the class together. This way we don't have to spend more teacher resources. The others thought for a while and nodded. Iruka thought of the god Long Tien who had been performing well, and stepped forward. Master Hokage, I recommend a person with good strength, named God Long Tien. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded. Long Tien is a man, I have heard about it, last time I heard that he made a contribution when chasing Cloud Shinobi. Iruka nodded. Thanks to him, we managed to capture that Cloud Shinobi so smoothly. When he said this, Iruka suddenly thought of Long Tien's behaviors of evil animal, and shooting the chrysanthemum at that time, and a black line could not help hanging down on his forehead. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded. Then count him in. At this time Ebisu stood up. I recommend a foreigner. This foreigner is named King Wang Wushwang. Yuan Fei Asuma. I also recommend one, General God. Guy. I recommend Muscle Maniac. Kakashi shrugged. I didn't. Akamaiki Ding Zuo shrugged. Let me also recommend one. This strange person's name is Big Foodie. Big. Eat. Goods. Everyone including Hokage is full of black lines. Foodies and Akamaikis are a perfect match. Others, no more recommendations. Sarutobi Hiruzen finally decided. Let's start with these 5 people. If there are other recommendations, you can continue to report them. Yes, Lord Hokage. Ding. The Konoha Hokage 3rd Generation Project has decided to train a certain number of inhuman ninjas. All qualified players will be able to enter the ninja school and attend the instructor's class with other student NPCs. Ding. The Konoha Hokage 3rd Generation Project has decided to train a certain number of inhuman ninjas. All qualified players will be able to enter the ninja school and attend the instructor's class with other student NPCs. Ding. The Konoha Hokage 3rd Generation Project has decided to train a certain number of inhuman ninjas. All qualified players will be able to enter the ninja school and attend the instructor's class with other student NPCs. 3 consecutive Konoha Village World announcements. All Konoha Village players were stunned. Entering a ninja school. What's the use? Go to the class. Experience is more than fighting monsters. Who knows what that qualified means? Anyone ever qualified? Please explain. There were countless question marks in the entire Konoha World channel. There is also some guesswork to the party. According to the underlying meaning of the announcement, this ninja school must be a good thing, and qualifications should be relatively difficult to obtain. School is naturally a place to teach skills and common sense. According to my guess, it is very likely that you can quickly improve your skill level. At Long Tien God, the number 1 player in the world, Long Tien God, come out and explain, you must have obtained the admission qualification. At Long Tien God, God tier please explain. At Long Tien God, God tier is coming. At this time, Long Tien, who was fighting monsters, heard another system notification. Ding. Congratulations to God Long Tien for getting that ninja school enrollment recommendation letter. Ding. Congratulations to God Long Tien for getting that ninja school entrance recommendation letter. Long Tien opened the backpack and looked, and there happened to be something like an admission notice. Ninja School Entrance Recommendation Letter. Long Tien God, this is a ninja school admission recommendation letter. Through this letter, you can enter the ninja school and obtain the qualification for auditing. Recommended by Iruka. Long Tien was a little pleasantly surprised that he got a letter of recommendation for admission to ninja school. I have just been taught by Iruka for an hour, and my skills have been greatly improved by many levels. It is simply a sacred place for upgrading. If you go to school every day, wouldn't it be heaven-defying? But after thinking about it, Long Tien shook his head, guessing that the system would not give such a big loophole for players to exploit. Seeing so many inquiries about recommendation letters on Konoha World Channel, Long Tien simply sent Ninja School Admission Recommendation Letter to Konoha World Channel. The other players suddenly realized. So this is the letter of recommendation. I don't know what is the specific use of obtaining the qualification to observe the ninja school. How did God tier get the recommendation letter? And who is Iruka? Ask +1. Ask +90086. Naturally, Long Tien would not reveal the secrets of the game to people he didn't know well, but said on Konoha World Channel, I don't know how it came about, it just appeared in my package. As for Iruka, I saw at once noodles, not familiar. Below is naturally a bunch of envy, jealousy and hatred. Without doing anything, a letter of recommendation will come to your door automatically. It really is God tier. God tier, can you ask for a letter of recommendation for me? God tier, is your recommendation letter sold? 100 million game yuan. Long Tien he, want to buy. I really think too much. After turning off the world channel, Long Tien didn't bother to spawn monsters anymore, so he returned to Novice Village and asked Iruka about attending the ninja school. While Long Tien was gaining reputation on the channel, another person, King Invincible, was also following the world channel. King Invincible, the eldest son of the Lu family in the Huasha district of the earth. The root is Hongmiaozheng, a son of a big family. He was born with the best environment and the best education, and he himself is very smart, with high IQ and EQ, and has experienced many things. In the world of Hokage Ninja, he is the spokesperson, image representative, and face of the Lu family. Many forces under his banner are at his disposal. However, the only thing that makes him unhappy is that in the game, with a lot of resources, he can't keep up with that Long Tien god in terms of strength and influence. Every time in the game world, Long Tien steals the limelight. According to his subordinates, if first young Master Lu is unhappy, that is a capital offense. On the surface, King Invincible is as gentle as jade and doesn't care about it, but in fact, the arrogance in his heart makes him feel vicious and dissatisfied. A thing that ran out of nowhere dared to steal the limelight from him, the young master of the Lu family. But after all, God Long Tien is not in the same novice village as him, so he can't compete with God Long Tien, so he can only let go of the viciousness and store it in his heart. This time, the matter of the recommendation letter made him keenly seize an opportunity to overthrow God Long Tien. King Invincible played with the kunai in his hand and smiled. He posted a picture of recommendation letter on Konoha World Channel. Ninja School Entrance Recommendation Letter, King Invincible. This is a ninja school admission recommendation letter. Through this letter, you can enter the ninja school and obtain the qualification for auditing. Recommended by Ebisu. King Invincible. Just now, Long Tien God Master sent a picture of the recommendation letter and I couldn't help coming out to pretend to be pretending. As soon as King Invincible appeared on the world channel, it immediately attracted a lot of fans. God tier, please hold your leg. Touch a God tier up close. Brush, brush, brush. There are a lot of worship speeches all of a sudden. King Invincible was very satisfied with this reaction, and continued, in fact, there are still rules to follow in obtaining recommendation letters. Let me summarize my experience. You can try it out. As long as you have a good relationship with a certain NPC, and if your strength exceeds a certain limit, you should get a letter of recommendation. For example, NPC Yubisu and I have a certain degree of goodwill. As soon as these words came out, tens of millions of players in Muya Novice Village immediately became excited. Really, I didn't expect it to come like this. The king is invincible. God tier is so handsome, he revealed such an important secret to us. The king is invincible. God tier is a good man. Great thanks to King Invincible God tier. There was a bunch of gratitude below, and countless players immediately increased their favorability towards King Invincible. At this time, King Invincible's younger brother began to appear on the stage according to King Invincible's arrangement. The younger brother pretended to be a fan and said, "The King of Invincible God tier is so kind to us players." He even announced the secret of the recommendation letter, unlike some hypocritical people, such as that Long Tien God, who clearly knew that he was recommended not to mention the letter method, but deliberately said that he is not familiar with NPCs. If you are not familiar with NPCs, you will be recommended. The devil would believe it. Still the world's #1 expert player. How disgusting. Then other younger brothers secretly arranged also began to add fuel to the flames, describing this point of view in various ways. Those players suddenly realized, that's right, this God Long Tien must have deliberately not told us. It's disgusting. Not only did it not tell us the way, but it also deliberately confused us. I didn't expect that. I always regarded him as an idol, but he turned out to be such a sinister villain, hehe. Pink turns black. Pink to black +1. Pink to black +2. At this time, King Invincible, dazed, said on the world channel, everyone may have misunderstood the god tier of Long Tien. I guess he didn't pay attention to this. The king is invincible. God tier is too kind to understand the sinister intentions of that Long Tien god. The king is invincible. God tier is too kind +1. Kindness +2. Kindness +66666. Under the covert push, Long Tien's reputation among the players suddenly dropped countless, and the fans directly became black. However, Invincible King has many positive comments out of thin air, and the reputation among players has soared. Long Tien looked at the comments on the Konoha World channel and laughed. These poor people, especially King Invincible, thought it would be useful to form gangs in Hokage, and they didn't know this world, big fists are the last word. However, this hatred is written down. Wait and see. Game time is up. Long Tien left the game and returned to reality. At this time, the other 4 girls had already left the game, and they were chatting about interesting things in the game on the sofa in the lobby, very excited. All of them were dressed coolly, and in the turmoil, they revealed things that shouldn't be revealed. It's too dirty, I want to go down and criticize them. Long Tien let out a righteous roar. Seeing Long Tien going downstairs, Miao Yu happily pulled Long Tien over to the sofa, and sat and chatted together. Brother landlord, I'm in Konoha village, after leaving the novice village, can you take me to level up? That hand held Long Tien's arm, shaking and shaking, the meat mountain shook even more so that Long Tien was blinded and dizzy. Okay, there is no problem with power leveling, Long Tien said. What, I'm not willing at all, Miao Yu snorted with her childlike face, quite cute. I'll definitely take you to level up when I have time, but I'm afraid I'm very busy. Long Tien is not a man who can't walk when he sees a beautiful woman, especially in a game like Hokage Ninja that can affect reality. However, if there is potential, it seems that it can be cultivated to become a team member. Then Long Tien asked about the villages of the other 3 women. Sweet, Sand Ninja, Yuching, Cloud Shinobi, Jingwen, Rock Shinobi. It turned out that they were all big villages, and it was a good thing that they were not assigned to small villages. By the way, brother landlord, I'm in Zinsho village, number 35,129, Muya. Where are you in Zinsho village, Muya? Miao Yu asked, blinking her big eyes. Long Tien, I am in novice village number 31,005, Miao Yu exclaimed. Ah, Zinsho village number 31,005, isn't that the village where Long Tien God is located? The 4 girls immediately looked at Long Tien together. Long Tien nodded. That's right, it's this village. Miao Yu, have you seen him? It was said on World Channel just now that he is a hypocrite, is it true? Long Tien held his head high. Of course not, he is actually a very good person, chivalrous and courageous, brave and vicious, honest and loving. Walala, a bunch of compliments. The 4 girls suddenly had black lines on their foreheads. Jingwen pushed up her glasses. The chance of you being the god of Long Tien has risen to 60%. Long Tien argued. Where, I was infected by his integrity and arrogance, so I spoke up for him. Run, bath, have a meal, research online. Mist Ninja Village opens a dungeon, Momochi Zaibusha, Defection Act 1. Sand Ninja Village opens a copy, Death of Scorpion Father Act 1. Rock Shinobi Village opening dungeon, Didara's Defection Act 1. Cloud Shinobi Village opening dungeon, White Eyes Act 1. In addition to opening the dungeon in the village, there are Sand Ninja Village opens Ninja School enrollment recommendation. Every village has them, and everything goes hand in hand with Konoha. After reading the information, I rested for 3 or 4 hours and continued to enter the game. Because of the existence of chakra, the current body does not need 8 hours of rest, but only needs 2 or 3 hours to maintain sufficient mental and physical strength. Game. After entering the game, Long Tien didn't go to brush the copy for the first time, but went to the ninja school. At this time, it happened to be the time for students to go to class. This time, with the recommendation letter, Long Tien finally didn't have to be stopped outside the school gate. The gate guard ninja let him go directly after reading the recommendation letter. Long Tien quickly discovered something was wrong, because he didn't enter the door directly like yesterday, but seemed to step through a water curtain door, and then entered a new place. This is a ninja school. Long Tien looked at this familiar yet unfamiliar place. It was several times bigger than the ninja school when he practiced skills with Iruka yesterday, more spacious and more luxurious. At this time, notices on Konoha World Channel began to pop up. Notice: congratulations to God Long Tien for being the first to leave Novice Village and enter the main world. Special rewards include World Reputation plus 100, Konoha Reputation plus 1000. Notice: congratulations to God Long Tien for being the first to leave Novice Village and enter the main world. Special rewards include World Reputation plus 100, Konoha Reputation plus 1000. Notice: congratulations to God Long Tien for being the first to leave Novice Village and enter the main world. Special rewards include World Reputation plus 100, Konoha Reputation plus 1000. 3 in a row. Puff just entered the game, just opened the copy of Invincible King and directly vomited a mouthful of blood. Confused. Then he beat his chest and stamped his feet, filled with regret. Why didn't I go to school in the first place? This prestige should have been mine. At this time, it doesn't matter what dungeon is not a dungeon, just ask your teammates to hack yourself to death, get out of the dungeon, and go straight to the ninja school. But at this time another announcement sounded. Notice: congratulations Muscle Maniac for leaving Novice Village for the second time and entering the main world. Special rewards include World Reputation plus 50, Konoha Reputation plus 500. Puff, King Invincible vomited blood again. I want to hurry up. King Invincible came to the gate of the ninja school like flying, thinking that it was possible to pass, so he went in directly but was beaten up by the guard ninja. I have a recommendation quota, why can't I go in? Wang Wangdi, with a bruised face and a swollen nose, roared angrily. You have a letter of recommendation, you should show it to me. The guard ninja looked at King Wudi with a foolish look. Be polite, look at Long Tien Shen and Muscle Madman, 2 boys are polite, you really have no tutor. The guard ninja looked disgusted. King Wudi vomited blood while taking out the recommendation letter. Here. Let me in quickly, I want the third one. The guard ninja said slowly, hey, young man, don't be in a hurry. Notice: congratulations Big Foodie for leaving Novice Village for the third time and entering the main world. Special rewards include World Reputation plus 10, Konoha Reputation plus 100. This is the last announcement, and there will be no more announcements after the fourth one. Third, it's gone. World announcement, gone. Spit. King Wudi vomited 3 liters of blood, his legs twitched. After Long Tien heard the content of the world announcement, he subconsciously looked towards the gate of the ninja school. Ha ha ha, main world, here I come. A wave of water rippled, and a player with terrifying muscles appeared with his upper body exposed. The hair exploded, comparable to a lion's head, and once he made a sound, the arrogance could not be concealed. His eyebrows are so thick. Long Tien thought so. After the muscle player saw Long Tien, his eyes lit up, he strode forward, and stretched out his hands. Wow, are you the god of Long Tien? My name is Muscle Maniac, please take care of me in the future. Long Tien shook hands. Hello, I am God Long Tien. Muscle Maniac. I have heard of your name for a long time. Long Tien pointed at his eyebrows. Your eyebrows. The muscular maniac suddenly laughed, and made a handsome frowning movement for himself. How is it? Are my eyebrows handsome? Its handsomeness has been affirmed by the NPC. It is because of my eyebrows that the NPC has taken a fancy to it. Elected into the ninja school. Long Tien has black lines all over his face, and the eyebrow NPC, needless to say, must be Guy Emperor. This is a big pervert. It is also his blessing and fate that this muscle maniac has such a chance. At this moment, the water curtain at the door was rippling again, and a big fat man came out, holding a big bag, and gorging on it. Tisk tisk, is this the main world? It's so big. When he saw Long Tien and the muscular maniac, he ran over like flying and shook hands enthusiastically. Is this the god brother Long Tien? So handsome. This is it, the muscle maniac big brother. How cool. My name is Big Foodie, please take care of me in the future. The 3 chatted lively. I thought God Long Tien was very cold and difficult to get in touch with, but now it seems that he is quite close to the people. The muscle maniac and Big Foodie thought in his heart. At this time, the water curtain door was rippling, and the 4th person appeared, who was King Invincible. As soon as King Invincible saw the 3 of Long Tien, he immediately snorted. He acted aloofly. He already had a grudge against Long Tien, and he was obviously very upset at the announcement that the muscle maniac and Big Foodie robbed him. Cut. Little man. Muscle maniac and Big Foodie directly raised the middle finger at him, despising him. Finally, Zhongshan came and saw the confrontation between the two sides at the scene, 3-1, and naturally chose to go with Long Tianshan. Introduce each other. All four of them knew that after obtaining the qualifications for admission to the ninja school, they would start to lead the other players by a large margin. This is the elite training mode. So when chatting with each other, deliberately compliment each other and form an alliance of friends. Wang Wushwang on the other side is really embarrassed at this time. He is now secretly annoyed at his impulsiveness just now, and now he has begun to be rejected. So what about forming a clique? I also know Hokage's grandson Konohamaru through the Ebisu NPC. As long as I can win over the second generation, I'm afraid I won't be able to lead these idiots. Thinking of this, Wang Wushwang felt comfortable. Ring ring ring. The school bell rang all around. Outside the gate of ninja school, there was a bustle, and students came in one by one. General God, what Madara do you think we will be assigned to? Long Tian, it should be the graduation class. The three of them didn't believe it, and felt that it was too fast to be in the graduation class all at once, so they would become official directly after graduation. Especially Muscle Maniac, when he was building up his favorability with Guy, he trained with 3 NPC teenagers named Li, Neji, and Tiantian. He has seen the strength of official ninjas, and it is really terrifying. Long Tian shrugged and didn't say much. At this moment, Long Tian saw Naruto walking into the school gate alone. After seeing Long Tian, he was overjoyed and ran away. Brother Long Tian, why are you here? Long Tian laughed. Seeing how lonely you are, I'm here to accompany you. Naruto is very enthusiastic about Long Tian, but he has no enthusiasm for the Muscle Maniac, Big Foodie, and General God. Just like ordinary NPCs, this is not enough affection. However, the Foodie also has acquaintances. When another fat man, Akamichi Choji, stepped into the school gate, the Foodie greeted him directly, and he was a good buddy. Muscle Maniacs, God is a bit bitter, they have no acquaintances. King Invincible is extremely jealous on the other side, and can only comfort himself with, I know Hokage's grandson. At this time, Iruka came over. The 5 of you, starting today, will be qualified to attend graduation. Madara, I hope you can work hard. Then he took them into the classroom and waved his hand, find your own seats. Long Tian God, running to the side of Naruto without hesitation, the table next to him happened to be Hinata. After seeing Long Tian, Hinata blushed and greeted him. Big Foodie choose next to Choji, acquaintance, good care. General God, originally, he took aim at Uchiha Sasuke at a glance, and thought he was so handsome and cool, a standard protagonist template. As a result, he was hostile by many girls before he sat down, and then he was screwed out by Haruno Sakura, and finally can only be selected next to a secondary student. Muscle Maniac and Warrior King also took a fancy to Uchiha Sasuke, but seeing what happened to God Admiral, they had to choose a random ninja next to him. Iruka, okay, I will take this seat from now on. Then start class. Soon, the 5 of Long Tian began to smile in surprise. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your kunai has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. Every second, an experience reminder popped up. Sure enough, as Long Tian conjectured, going to class is directly equivalent to gaining experience, and it is much faster than fighting monsters. However, Iruka alone teaches 10,000 experience per second, while the classroom only has 800, which is 12.5 times. Inside the classroom, Iruka's voice echoed. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your shuriken has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your shuriken has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. The 5 players of Long Tian were pleasantly surprised. At this time, Naruto next to Long Tian had already started snoring, sleeping, drooling all over the table. Iruka soon found out and let out a growl. Naruto. Naruto was startled awake, quickly wiped off his saliva, and sat upright, pretending to be attending a class. Naruto, your grades are not good, and you should study more. Iruka said earnestly. I know, Teacher Iruka, Naruto said. He was most afraid of these theoretical lessons. Haha, Teacher Iruka, don't worry about the tail of the crane. Yeah, there's no need to waste that time. The tail of the crane is the tail of the crane, and it is destined not to graduate. In the classroom, there were bursts of ridicule from other students. The tail of the crane. Muscle Maniac, Big Foodie, General God, and Invincible King looked at Long Tien strangely, but they didn't expect that the NPC who was familiar with Long Tien was actually the tail of the crane in the class. King Woody sneered. You have really bad eyesight, you actually picked the NPC at the end of the crane. The Big Foodie poked Akamichi Choji next to him. That one named Naruto is really the tail of a crane. Poor study. Akamichi Choji stuffed the food into his mouth. It is indeed the tail of the crane, and the study is very poor, biahibiaji, chewing and eating. The Big Foodie looked at Long Tien strangely. Feeling that the classroom atmosphere is a bit weird, Iruka said, okay, that's all for the basics. For the rest of the time, let's play a small game. The whole class suddenly cheered up. Iruka distributed a blank sheet of paper to all students. If tomorrow was the last day on Earth, who would you want to be with? Naruto yelled. The last day of the Earth or something, it won't come. Iruka. For example, the moon fell. Akamichi Choji. If it's the last day on Earth, it's not the moon but a piece of meat that fell. Ha ha ha, the surrounding roared with laughter. Foodie. What's so funny? I thought so too. Naruto shouted to Haruno Sakura. If the moon falls, I will protect you. Unfortunately, Haruno Sakura was not impressed at all. Iruka. Now let everyone write a name. Who do you want to be with? This scene is a bit inexplicably familiar. Long Tien quickly thought that this is exactly the plot of the movie version 10, which is the pre-plot before Datongu Sharon and Tenseigan appear on the stage. There are still several years left. Long Tien thought about it, but he didn't know who to write about. His parents were dead, and he had no lover, wife and children, so he couldn't write. Naruto also didn't write it, because he didn't have parents or good friends, so he just made origami airplanes and threw them for fun. Naruto. Brother Long Tien, you didn't write it either. Long Tien. I can't help it, my parents are not here, so I don't know who to write about. Naruto's expression darkened. Doesn't big brother Long Tien have parents? Neither do I. I haven't even met them before. I don't know their names, let alone their identities. At this moment, they feel pity for each other, and feel that their relationship with Long Tien is much closer. Long Tien comforted. I think, your parents must be very great people, maybe the adults of the fourth generation may not be necessarily. Naruto shook his head. Impossible, if my father is Lord Fourth Hokage, I won't have to be hated by the whole village, and I will become the most dandy second generation. Long Tien was silent. This is really a fact, as the son of the fourth generation, he was actually cast aside by the whole village. It's good fortune to trick others. Suddenly Naruto said, Brother Long Tien, how about I write your name and you write mine? Long Tien. Ah, why does this have a taste of basic love? This recipe is wrong. Naruto laughed excitedly. That's it. Then scribble and write Long Tien's name on the paper. Long Tien thought for a while, and also wrote, Naruto, on the paper. Ding, congratulations, you have played an important role in Naruto's life, your favorability plus N, and you have become a brother and close friend. Long Tien was taken aback for a moment, he didn't expect it to turn out like this. But with Naruto's serious personality, it is estimated that he really treats him as a brother. Brothers, let's be brothers. Long Tien looked at the smiling Naruto. They quickly handed in their respective results, but Iruka didn't read it, since it was private after all. The one-day course will soon be over. Long Tien and other 5 players summed it up and found that the speed is more than 2 times faster than that of fighting monsters. After school, everyone left the school. Long Tien. I'm going to buy a house, so I can have a place to stay in the future. This is the main world, we can have our own house. Big foodies, muscle maniacs, and generals all agree that they will take Konoha as their home in the future, and only with a house can they feel safe. Naruto pulled Long Tien. Come on, buy it next to my house, it will be easier to move around in the future. Foodies follow Akamichi Choji. The muscular maniac thought about it, and it would be better to go to Mr. Guy. If he can live nearby, it will be more convenient to ask for advice in the future. After thinking about God, I went to find Asuma. The four parted ways. But at this time, King Invincible left in a hurry, ready to find the second generation, Konohamaru, to cause trouble for Long Tien. HMPH, in the face of Konohamaru's domineering second generation, who dares to bully anyone, just wait and see, Long Tien. I'll let you know that even that NPC at the end of the crane can't protect you. Boss Konohamaru, wait for me. King Invincible followed behind the kid Konohamaru. Konohamaru is arrogant and domineering, and has always wanted to do something to show his ability, so as to get rid of the title of Hokage grandson. He desperately hopes that his ability will be recognized by the villagers. And King Invincible aimed at Konohamaru's shortcoming, began to fool Konohamaru, and gradually gained Konohamaru's favorability. Now that the favorability has reached 75, Konohamaru will support him in many things. Thinking of Long Tien's complacent appearance today, King Wudi was very upset, and planned to ask Konohamaru to teach Long Tien a lesson. Boss Konohamaru, today someone arrogantly said that you are incompetent, imbecile, mentally retarded, and stupid. If you are not the grandson of third Hokage, you will probably become a joke in the whole village. The first step is to sow discord. What? Who dares to say that? Konohamaru was young and energetic, and he didn't know how to distinguish between good and bad. When someone questioned his ability, he immediately exploded like a cat. King Wudi was secretly delighted, and continued, this person is a stranger like me. When I was chatting with him today, I talked about your efforts and goals, but he despised you in the end. Konohamaru was furious. Go, let's settle the score with him. King Invincible is overjoyed. I didn't expect it to be so simple, ha ha ha. Then he actively led the way, and before meeting Konohamaru, he had already inquired about the residence of that NPC Naruto, and knew that God Long Tien was looking for a house near the residence of the NPC, and he would definitely meet him there. King Invincible. Boss Konohamaru, how should we teach him later? Konohamaru raised his head. HMPH, of course we have to punish him, and let him call me the boss. King Invincible has black lines on his face, are you kidding me? Are you sure this is a punishment, not a reward? No, you must get rid of Konohamaru's dangerous thoughts. King Invincible said. Boss Konohamaru, no, it is an honor for him to be your little brother. You are not punishing him, but rewarding him. Konohamaru thought for a while, and suddenly realized, you are right, this is not punishment. Do you have any way to punish? King Wudi nodded. You can punish him for cleaning the school's toilets for a month. Look, the toilets are stinky. 1 month can kill you. King Invincible knows that it is impossible for Konohamaru to accept punishments such as murder and arson. It is better to wash the toilet, as an inconspicuous punishment that is more in line with the evil taste of children. Sure enough, Konohamaru's eyes lit up. That's a good idea. Ha ha ha. King Invincible is worried, however, I'm afraid this person won't listen to you, boss. Konohamaru waved his hand. HMPH, if you don't believe him, he's not afraid. All the teachers in the school will give me face. If he refuses to wash the toilet, I'll let him get out of school. Let him get out of school. King Wong Wudi was overjoyed after hearing this. It would be great if it could be done like this. This time, the king is invincible. He couldn't wait to find Long Tien and let him taste the power. 30 minutes later, King Invincible and Long Tien meet. Boss, it's him, he's the one who speaks ill of you. Invincible King pointed to Long Tien and said to Konohamaru. Long Tien was surprised by the appearance of Konohamaru, and he was stunned when he heard King Invincible's words. Then here, ding, Konohamaru listened to the slander of the king's invincibility, and his favorability for you -40, reduced to disgust. Long Tien covered his forehead, mentally handicapped. Is that all right? Konohamaru glared at Long Tien. Are you the one who called me mentally retarded, imbecile, and stupid? How dare you slander me, Konohamaru? Long Tien rolled his eyes. Little brother, I didn't say that you are mentally retarded, imbecile, or stupid, and I don't know you, okay, so how could I scold you so well? King Invincible fanned the flames from the side. Boss Konohamaru, don't listen to him, he did tell me today that you are mentally retarded, imbecile, and stupid. One has a favorability of -40, and the other has a favorability of 75. Konohamaru naturally chooses to believe that the king is invincible. HMPH, do you think I'm one of those idiots? Still trying to lie to me? I'm angry, and I'm going to punish you. Konohamaru said loudly, I'll punish you for cleaning the school toilets for a month, or you'll be kicked out. Get out of ninja school. When Konohamaru spoke, he looked up at the sky at a 45-degree angle, with his hands on his hips, with an expression of, I see you are afraid. King Woody watched from the side, and sneered in his heart, this time, I will post your ugly appearance of washing the toilet on the internet, so that everyone can see it, and make you the laughingstock of the whole game. Long Tien's brain was full of black lines. This Konohamaru was really too young to be instigated so easily. However, Long Tien is someone with a background. Naruto, come out, Long Tien shouted loudly. Brother Long Tien, what's the matter? Naruto jumped out from the window of his house and came to Long Tien's side. Boss, Konohamaru yelled. Konohamaru, why are you here? Naruto asked confused. Huh, boss. King Invincible was confused, looking at Naruto and Konohamaru. What's going on with this crane tail, the boss of second generation dude Konohamaru? What's going on? King Invincible suddenly had a very bad premonition. Boss, why are you here? Konohamaru was also stunned. It seemed that the boss was very familiar with this alien Long Tien, and even called him, Brother Long Tien. Nonsense, my home is here, can I not be here? Naruto thumped on Konohamaru's head. And Konohamaru was not disgusted at all. King Invincible saw this scene, his heart suddenly clicked, turned into ice cubes. This script is wrong, the agreed upon second generation. What about slapping the face and washing the toilet as promised? Is there any basic trust between people? So cold. Konohamaru pointed to Long Tien and said, Boss, he said bad things about me, called me retarded, imbecile, stupid. Naruto was confused. Huh? When? Who told you? Konohamaru. Just today, my little brother King Woody told me. Naruto slapped Konohamaru on the head again. You still say you're not stupid, you just believe what others tell you. Brother Long Tien is almost with me today, how can he have time to speak ill of you? Long Tien made up the knife. Little brother, it must be that King Woody is jealous of my handsomeness, so he slandered me. Naruto continued to make up the knife. Konohamaru, this kind of villain, don't touch him in the future. Konohamaru came to his senses at this time. He was paralyzed by a strange person, and most importantly, he was humiliated in front of his boss. The child became angry, and Konohamaru's affection for King Invincible immediately plummeted. At this time, King Invincible heard the system prompt. Ding, because you slandered God Long Tien, Naruto's favorability with you is -70, and it has been reduced to disgust. Ding, since Naruto's testimony proves your slander, Konohamaru's favorability towards you is -120 points, and the favorability is -45, reduced to rejection. Poof. King Invincible directly vomited a mouthful of blood. I'm so hasty. How is this going? How did the favorability drop so quickly? I treat you like a brother, but you secretly raped me. No, I want to save it. King Invincible immediately sat up again and came to the side of Konohamaru. Boss Konohamaru, you must trust me, little brother, they are slandering your little brother. Before I finished speaking, the system prompt appeared again. Ding. Since you slandered his boss in front of Konohamaru, Konohamaru's favorability towards you -5. Puff. King Invincible vomited blood so badly. Naruto pulled Long Tien. Konohamaru, big brother Long Tien will be my brother from now on, and you will also be called boss. Konohamaru. No, I only think Naruto is the boss. Long Tien laughed. Don't worry, I will make you willing to call me boss. Konohamaru. Then you have to beat my grandpa. Long Tien nodded confidently. No problem. At this time, Long Tien received a system prompt. Ding, because of Naruto's matchmaking introduction and your personal performance, Konohamaru's affirmation, Konohamaru's favorability for you plus 70 points. But Long Tien didn't care too much. Konohamaru hadn't really formed a sense of right and wrong, and his favorability could easily change. King Invincible was one of the victims. Long Tien turned his head and took a look at King Invincible. Konohamaru, a hypocrite, dares to lie to you. This is absolutely unforgivable, and there must be punishment. Konohamaru looked at Wang Jie with disgust. Brother Long Tien is right, he must be punished. But how should he be punished? Help me copy my homework. Help me find something delicious. Long Tien was full of black lines, and could only say to himself, this punishment is too low. Didn't he just suggest that I wash the toilet? Or let him wash the toilet? 1 month, no, 2 months. Naruto made up the knife. This idea is good. The toilets in the school are so dirty and disgusting. Every time I go to the toilet, I dare to go in with my nose plugged. King Invincible was stunned. Konohamaru glanced at King Woody in disgust. Okay, that's the punishment. Wash the toilet for 2 months. 2 months, toilet, poof. King Woody vomited more than 3 liters of blood. Originally, I wanted to watch God Long Tien wash the toilet for a month, but it turned out that he cleaned the toilet by himself, and it took 2 months. Konohamaru is also a man of thunder and ruthlessness. He soon arrived at the school and used the coquettish method on an uncle who was in charge of the ninja school's lifestyle, and successfully upgraded King Invincible to toilet sweeping ambassador. Naturally, Long Tien will not give up this good opportunity to attack the reputation of the Invincible King. Don't you want to step on me? See how I step you back on. Soon Long Tien left the game, returned to reality, edited the video he just shot, and put it on the official forum of the Hokage Ninja game. Because the official forum is directly supervised by the system, the leakage of user information is zero, so it has become the most concentrated website for Hokage Ninja players. But at this time, Long Tien actually saw a post. Long Tien is a hypocritical villain. The king is invincible for the benefit of ordinary players, which is what happened in Konoha World Channel in the game yesterday. The post was very hot, with tens of millions of views and millions of comments, most of which praised the invincibility of the king and belittled the god of Long Tien. I'm afraid there is still the navy hired by King Invincible. Long Tien sneered. Upload videos, write posts. Stunned. King Invincible pretend failed but was slapped and fined toilet sweeping ambassador to clean the toilet for 2 months. Quote. Today, I was walking on the street, and I didn't provoke anyone, but a fool King Invincible brought Hokage's grandson, came to me, slandered me and scolded Hokage's grandson. Oh my god, I don't even know who Hokage's grandson is. I don't know, how could I scold? Hokage's grandson is not very old, so I listened to his words and punished me for washing the toilet for a month. Why do people always want to harm me? King Invincible wants to step on me and see if I don't beat him in all directions. Don't talk nonsense, let's watch the whole video. One more thing. King Invincible already has an additional position, toilet cleaning ambassador. Tomorrow will be a strong crowd to watch and clean the toilet. If you want to see it, click to follow my account and notify. The account Long Tien Shen is much more famous than King Invincible. After all, most of the world announcements have been taken by him, and some players jokingly call it announcement maniac. What's more, there is also a nickname of the #1 master of the game. So when God Long Tien posted a post, it immediately attracted a lot of attention. Moreover, stunned, King Invincible pretend failed but was slapped and fined toilet sweeping ambassador to clean the toilet for 2 months. This kind of exaggerated horror title, that was flooded in the era of the internet Big Bang in 2016 has deceived countless netizens. After coming to this world, this title is very fresh, and then continues to attract those cute new netizens. Click to have a look, and found that the super god tier, Long Tien God, the language is very humorous, and those netizens laughed directly on the ground. Ha ha ha, Long Tien God tier's post is so joyful, ha ha. Hit the ground, writing. Ha ha ha, I laughed so hard at this baby. 6,666,666. If you can't pretend, you'll get sloppy, so incisive. Jun Zisho, the god Long Tien was born. I was walking in the forest, and I didn't provoke anyone, but a stupid robber ran out and wanted to kill me. I was walking on the street, and I didn't provoke anyone, but a stupid man proposed to me with a condom. I'm a man. Poison upstairs, dirty. Didn't you notice another little joke upstairs? There are always people who want to harm me, ha ha ha, Lousy died from laughing. There are always unscrupulous people who want to harm me +1. There are always unscrupulous people who want to harm me +90,086, this has already hit my point of laughter. A weak question, what do you mean? I am a Westerner. Explain to the upstairs that I am the self-proclaimed head emperor of the ancient Chinese dynasty. With this explanation, this sentence 6,666,666. By the way, don't you all watch the video? The video is called funny. If you can't pretend, you will get caught. This episode is amazing. Ha ha ha. I'm already laughing so hard. After watching the post and video, the whole post became popular. Word of mouth spread, more and more people read this post, and after seeing King Woody vomited blood in the video, they almost laughed out loud. Tomorrow, I promise to be a strong onlooker toilet cleaning ambassador to clean the toilet. Strong onlookers +1000000. Looking at the comments that kept being posted, Long Tien finally let out a breath of anger. 360-degree all-round hanging is not enough, a 720-degree repeated hanging is necessary. King Invincible, aren't you good at playing fishing reels? I can also play, I am a 2016 Joker. Ha 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 ha, toilet sweeping ambassador, you will definitely memorize the title from now on. Feeling refreshed, Long Tien continued to return to the game and struggle. Keep copying. The dungeon of the main world was originally entered by a team of 5 people. Maybe it was a system adjustment, and it could be done by one person, so a monster with 60,000 experience was easily obtained. After finishing the dungeon, Long Tien directly gained 15 million more experience. Assigned to major skills. Kunai, upgraded from LV40 to LV45. Shuriken, upgraded from LV40 to LV45. Body replacement technique, upgraded from L45 to LV50. Genin, upgraded from L45 to LV50. Chakra refining technique, upgraded from L25 to LV35. Among them is the credit of Ninja School's lectures, otherwise it would not be possible to upgrade so quickly. In another dungeon, King Invincible, who was reluctant to part with the dungeon experience, brushed the dungeon with a gloomy face. Even though there are a lot of skill breakthroughs, it is still a bit difficult to clear the dungeon alone, especially in the Cloud Shinobi camp, where monsters are dense, and it is difficult to quickly kill a Cloud Shinobi with his attack power, so he will be attacked by more and more Cloud Shinobi. Siege dilemma. Scoff. 3. The shuriken flew and nailed to the forehead of King Woody. The blood volume is cleared to 0. The king is invincible, die. The dungeon is over, send out the dungeon. This is already today's first. 5. Second rate. The copy failed. Ah, outside the dungeon, Wang Jie Woody looked up to the sky and roared, furious. God, Long Tien harmed him, Konohamaru harmed him, and now even a small copy harmed him. He felt that the whole world was full of malice. At this moment, King Invincible's mailbox reminded that there was a message. Click to open it. Young Master, it's not good, it's not good. There is a video of you on the official website, it was put up by that Long Tien god. King Invincible suddenly had a bad premonition again. Hurry out of the game and log into the official website. Stunned, King Invincible pretend failed but was slapped and fined toilet sweeping ambassador to clean the toilet for 2 months. Quote. Top. Add colored titles. Fiery. Seeing this title, Wang Jie Woody felt his heart suffocate, and he wanted to spurt out a stream of blood. Click into the post to see. After a long time. Puff. 3 liters of vomiting blood. Young Master, what's wrong with you? Young Master fainted. Call the family doctor quickly, call the family doctor quickly. The Liu family was in chaos for a while, and the chickens were flying like dogs. After a long time, King Invincible finally woke up. The first thing he said after waking up was, look it up for me, I want to know who is Long Tien in reality. I want to torture and kill him 100 times, 100 times. When he was speaking, he was very cold, and he heard the old housekeeper, doctor, maid and others all shivering. The old housekeeper took the order to go, mobilize the Liu family's network, and began to look up the information of Long Tien Shen. After more than an hour, the butler came back dripping with sweat. Young Master, the system is already under self-control. We can't find the account information of God Long Tien, and God Long Tien himself has not disclosed any personal real information. King Wudi said angrily. That is to say, you are incompetent. The king is invincible and throws the cup angrily. The old butler said with trepidation. However, I checked the players named Long Tien God in the past games. There are 98 players in total, and now I am screening 98 players. King Wudi grinned cruelly. Okay, as long as I find him, I will kill him 100 times. When the old butler thought of those girls who were tortured and killed by Wang Wudi, he felt a cold war in his heart, and he didn't dare to say more. Long Tien still doesn't know that King Invincible is looking for him. If he knew that they were looking for him through the game name Long Tien God, he would definitely laugh. It's always been dirty. Guest star of a fan. How could King Invincible find out? ... Copy outside. Brush, Muscle Maniac, Big Foodie, and General God were sent out of the dungeon. The Big Foodie cheered. Ah ha ha, I finally cleared the level this time. It's so difficult to be paralyzed. Tired God into a dead dog. Yes, especially the last boss. Really pervert. This is the strength of the official ninja compressed. I am very curious about how pervert the official ninja is, but God Long Tien is also pervert. Unexpectedly make copies by yourself. The eyes of the muscular maniac showed anticipation. I really want to become an official ninja soon. After the three of them went through a hard copy of the dungeon, they suddenly felt a sense of sympathy, so their conversations and chats became sincere and enthusiastic, rather than deliberate compliments. The Big Foodie asked suddenly, the five of us should have the highest level in the whole Konoha, right? I've always been curious about which of us has the highest level. General God. I'm also curious. I'll report the number now. Might Kunai is level 39, Shuriken is level 39, Clone Technique feels tasteless, no upgrade, level 21. Muscle Maniac. Might Kunai is level 30, Shuriken is level 35, and Clone Technique is level 16. But I have a passive skill of body art that I learned from an NPC, which can increase strength, physical strength, agility, level 15, experience is 3 times higher than Kunai Shuriken. The Big Foodie was surprised. Hey, you also have special skills. I have them too. My Kunai is level 33, Shuriken is level 31, and Clone Technique is level 13. The special skill is Food Energy Transformation, which can rapid recovery of chakra, level 20, experience is 3 times higher than that of Kunai Shuriken. When General God heard this, he almost beat up these two guys. He was distraught. Why do you all have such strange skills? Why doesn't my NPC have one? It's just so unfair. Big Foodie, Muscle Maniac laughing. Just as the three of them were fighting, a flash of light flashed, and Long Tien appeared in front of everyone. He had just finished brushing the last dungeon and was ejected. The three of them immediately focused on God Long Tien. The Big Foodie asked while eating snacks, Brother Long, can you brush the dungeon by yourself? Long Tien. Yes, is it difficult? Is it difficult? Is it difficult? What? The three yelled in their hearts. Don't talk so easily, okay. The three of us passed the level by fighting to death. The muscular maniac continued to ask, Brother Long, which instance are you in now? Long Tien. 5 rounds of dungeons, all done, ready to go out to spawn monsters. Finished brushing. Finish brushing. Finish. The three roared again in their hearts. Don't talk so easily, okay. The three of us are only in the first round of dungeons, and we're still half tired. Finally, Zhongshan asked weakly like a newcomer, Brother Long, what is your skill level? Long Tien looked at the skill panel and fell into deep thought. Should each skill be reduced by 5 levels? So it doesn't hit them. Finally, Long Tien said, Kunai LV 45, Shuriken LV 45, Body Replacement Technique LV 50. Puff. Even though the three of them had been mentally prepared and their psychological defenses had been raised to max, they were still beaten miserably by Long Tien's skill level, which was much higher than theirs. Paralysis, can you still have fun? Are you sure it's not the same game as us? At this time, the general asked weakly, Long Tien God tier, do you have any other special skills? Long Tien was stunned. Do you have any? The Big Foodie nodded. Well, I have Food Energy Transformation and Muscle Maniac has physical skills. The experience requirement is 3 times that of the Kunai skill. Long Tian nodded. I do have 2 special skills. 2. Can we continue to play? Foodie. Tell me more specifically, what's the level? Long Tian looked at the panel. One is Jia Seal level 50, and the other is Chakra Refining Technique level 35. Well, the experience consumption of Jia Seal is 3 times higher than that of Shuriken. Chakra Refining Technique, this is a bit difficult, 5 times, or 6 times. 6 times. Woo woo woo. Foodies, muscle maniacs, and generals have already cried tears all over the floor. So sad. No comparison. Paralyzed. It was too shocking. Die pervert. Also, your faint pretend is obvious. Hey. By the way, where did you buy your house? Long Tian asked. I bought mine near the house of my acquaintance NPC. Mine too. Can you tell me who your acquaintance NPC is? Long Tian asked. Maybe I don't necessarily know it. The 3 of them thought for a while before speaking. Long Tian thought to himself, sure enough, Emperor Guy, Akamichi Choji, Asuma, are all famous NPCs. Long Tian thought for a while, these 3 people seem to have pretty good personalities at the moment, they can support them a little bit, invest in advance, and said honestly, I know all 3 of them. Guy is Konoha Jonin, but he is considered a very top Jonin. Akamichi Choji's his father is also the famous Jonin, and as for Asuma, he is also Jonin, and he is the son of 3rd Hokage. Make a good relationship with them, it will be beneficial in the future. Long Tian didn't say much, he stopped by pointing out, after all, he is not a good person, so a little mention is enough. Thank you, Brother Long. Thank you, Brother Long. We will remember this love. Longhua Base. In an otaku's room in a civilian area, a rich otaku was being tied to a chair by a man in black and was being tortured to extract a confession. The man in black's voice was hoarse and bitingly cold. Tell me, what's your game account name? The otaku looked trembling, his hands and feet trembled with fright. My account is called Always Very Dirty. However, he lowered his head, and the cold light flashed in his eyes, but he was not seen by the man in black. The man in black asked, isn't your previous title called Long Tian God? Why don't you continue to use this name? The otaku trembled. You mean Long Tian God? The first person in the game. Could it be? The king is invincible. Yes, tell me. The man in black didn't know that the information had been leaked, but he wasn't afraid, because the order he got was to kill people and silence them. The otaku said with a wry smile, I wanted to register, but I was preempted by someone, so I couldn't register at all, so I had to register with another name. I've always been very dirty. Nasty cameo. After hearing this, the man in black was extremely disappointed, and then smiled cruelly. Really? That's really unfortunate. After finishing speaking, the man in black held a rope and was about to strangle the otaku to death. Unexpectedly, the otaku smiled evilly at him at this time. Then he saw the otaku's body suddenly turned into a log. Is it body replacement technique? The man in black was taken aback. Then he felt a pain in his neck, and darkness swept him, and finally swallowed the last trace of consciousness. The otaku held the kunai, sweating profusely, panting heavily. I seemed to kill. I was a little surprised. When he just killed someone, he was completely subconsciously like killing monsters in a game. After killing someone, he realized that he had killed someone himself. However, the otaku quickly calmed down. Once the man in black dies, I will be in serious trouble. I am afraid that people from behind will continue to come and think that I am Long Tian God. Sooner or later, I will be discovered here, so I cannot stay here. Now, let's leave quickly. The otaku quickly packed up his things and left in a hurry. He quickly found someone to issue a false certificate, and then left the Longhua base. In dozens of places unknown to the otaku, people who use the name of the game Long Tian God all encountered the same thing as the otaku, some fled, and some were killed. On the internet, although someone disclosed this matter, it was quickly deleted or suppressed, without causing any disturbance. The second day of ninja school. Long Tian bought breakfast, dragged Naruto to get up, and went to school with breakfast. This move undoubtedly moved Naruto, who had eaten expired milk for several years. Brother Long, you are so kind. Soon at the school gate, I met a muscle maniac, a general, and a big foodie. The three of them looked at God Long Tien, then looked at Naruto next to him with weird eyes, discussing in low voices. The tail of the crane turned out to be the eldest of third Hokage's grandson. You still worship him so much. Why? It doesn't look like it anyway. Their eyes made Naruto tremble. Long Tien patted Naruto on the shoulder and let him advance to school. The muscular maniac punched Long Tien. God tier is indeed God tier. The NPCs we found were all better than us. We all thought it was the tail of a crane, but it surprised us. We all watched the video you posted, seeing King Invincible almost vomiting blood. I peed laughing, ha ha ha. Big Foodie. I laughed so hard too. It's such a magical turn of events. If you fail to pretend, you'll get caught instead. This is a perfect match, ha ha ha. However, the god envied. This Naruto can become the boss of Hokage's grandson. There must be something unusual about it. I didn't expect that we were all wrong. Only the dragon god tier has a good vision. Foodie. Sure enough, it's really hidden. Long Tien rolled his eyes. If he told them that Naruto got rid of the old man third generation with his eroticism, and was recognized as the boss by Konohamaru, a guy with broken 3 views, I don't know if they would also follow the 3 broken views. I knew him by chance, Long Tien explained. Woo, why can't I meet such an awesome NPC by chance? It's so hard. The 3 of them hugged their heads and cried. Let's go. Don't be ridiculous, pay attention to the image of a master. Long Tien was speechless, and dragged the 3 of them to the classroom. Look, King Invincible is coming. The muscular madman saw King Invincible approaching from afar. In the distance, King Invincible was walking towards the school gate, with a boundless stench on his face, which could be smelled 30 meters away. Long Tien. After class, shall we visit the restroom? Muscle maniac. This proposal is fine. General. I heard it stinks. Big Foodie. Don't be afraid. Someone will clean and rinse, make sure it's clean, and make you feel at home, hee hee. The 4 of them spoke very loudly, without any intention of concealing it. King Woody almost spit fire when he heard it, but when he thought that this was a ninja school, and he was 1 against 3, he could only endure the anger. Soon the class bell will ring. Iruka is still in class. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your shuriken has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your shuriken has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. During the period, Iruka will also teach some messy knowledge such as body replacement technique, clone technique, transformation technique, chakra refining technique, genin. The other 4 have never learned body replacement technique, chakra refining technique, genin, so they can only stare blankly. Long Tien lay down comfortably to receive the experience. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your chakra refining technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your chakra refining technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 800. It will soon be noon. A chunky ninja school officer who looked like he came to the door of the classroom, who is the Invincible King, hurry up and clean up. PFF, the 3 big Foodie burst out laughing. Long Tien didn't hide it even more, encouraging, said, go, clean it up. King Woody's eyes shot out fire, and he glared at Long Tien with resentment. In the face of the ninja school officer's cold face, King Woody didn't dare to resist, so he could only obediently go to the toilet to clean. When he came to the toilet, he suddenly felt a stench rushing towards his face. Vomit. It stinks too much. Chapter 31. Vomit. Before seeing anything, first smell the strange smell. How could there be such a fetish in the world? King Invincible couldn't help but vomited directly against the wall. He is a majestic young master of a big Chinese family, pampered and spoiled. Even the toilet is clean and beautiful, so clean that you can drink directly from the toilet. When did you smell such a smell? The 4 Long Tianshan were not far away at this time, watching the play with a smile on their faces. Ha ha ha, this clip is going to be filmed, the camera is beautiful. It needs to be accompanied by a cloud of yellow-colored shit coming out of the toilet in the later stage. This is a good idea, ha ha ha. After King Invincible heard this, his lungs almost exploded, and he roared angrily, ah. Snap. When the whip came down, it hit Wang Wengdi's body, causing burning pain. The officer of the ninja school said angrily, what a ghost, clean it up quickly. How dare you teach Hokage's grandson badly, I think you are fat. When the game time is up, Long Tien returns to reality. Going online, patter patter, code words are fast, and soon the article, A Journey to Enjoy the Smell and Vomit of the Strong Onlooker Toilet Sweeping Ambassador, was completed. After uploading the video, Long Tien looked at the villa and found that the 4 girls were fighting in the game room. Long Tien put on his clothes and went out for a run, doing exercises and adapting to his new strength. No, today's situation seems a bit wrong. As soon as Long Tien went outside, he felt that the originally lively neighborhood had become much quieter. Many neighbors were bowing their heads and whispering, looking at everyone with scrutiny. Xiaolong, are you out for a run? The aunt, who was somewhat distantly related to Long Tien, greeted him. Auntie, what happened? Why does the community seem to have a strange atmosphere? Long Tien asked. The aunt, who has always liked 8 trigrams, showed a nervous look at this time, pulled Long Tien to a corner, and said, just in the early morning and late at night, a family girl in our community was murdered. Ah, Long Tien was shocked. The aunt said with a solemn face. Her body was left on the bed, but there was no trace of crime. The police have come, and it seems that the police are a little bit blind. I heard that your villa also encountered a similar incident a few days ago. But it was discovered by you, is it true? Long Tien nodded. There is indeed a person. That person uses the transformation technique in the game, and can transform into another person within a certain period of time. The aunt said frightenedly, oh my god, it's terrible. This game is really harmful. By the way, Xiaolong, I heard that there are 4 beauties living in your house. Be careful, it is easy to attract bad guys. Be careful. Long Tien nodded. Don't worry, auntie, I will definitely pay attention to safety. Aunt, also, I heard from other aunts and aunts that this villain is probably from our community or has visited our community. Long Tien, it's possible. Auntie, you should also be careful. If you can, try to enter the game to improve your strength. The aunt nodded. At first I didn't want to play any games, but now I can't do without. After bidding farewell to his aunt, Long Tien was in no mood to run anymore, and returned to the villa to pry open the game cabins of the 4 of them one by one. 4 people were called out of the game. Tien, brother landlord, what's the matter? Miaoyu, I'm still fighting monsters, I was almost killed by you. Long Tien ignored their nagging, and said with a serious face, in the early hours of this morning, a girl in our community was murdered by someone. Ah, kill. The 4 girls screamed loudly, with terrified faces, and hugged each other together. Brother landlord, what should we do then? Tien asked with a look of horror. Long Tien solemnly warned, the 4 of you are likely to become the target of the murderer, so be careful during this time. In addition, the murderer usually chooses night time when committing crimes, so it is best for you to choose the game time during the day, which is more convenient. Safety. Miaoyu was about to cry. It's so dangerous here, let's go back to school. At this time, Jing Wen, who had been relatively calm all this time, raised her head, held her mobile phone, and said, the school is not safe anymore. There were 3 similar murders last night. 3 female students were killed. When Tiantian and Miaoyu heard this, they became even more frightened and started crying together. Long Tien turned on his mobile phone and searched Tiandu University's internet, and sure enough, Tiandu University was already in a state of panic at this time, and everything was in danger. Then I tried to search the entire network, and found that in the past 2 days, there have been many incidents of being shot, killed and robbed by body replacement technique mature people in the Tiandu base. Moreover, many people on the internet are scolding, and some people have proposed preventive measures, such as using passwords and so on, so as to avoid being deceived by others. Alas, Long Tien sighed. I didn't expect that such a thing would happen in just a few days after the game appeared. In the future, when the strength becomes stronger, what will happen to human beings? When the powerful, what kind of crazy person would he become without a strong heart? In the end, the 4 girls decided to play games during the day and rest at night. If there is an emergency, they will wake up Long Tien to help. As for going out, try to be as many people as possible, without leaving a single. Sleeping is also a room for 2 people. At the same time, he also gave the secret code, so as not to be pretended to be a mature person by the murderer. Long Tien also went out, found a security company, and reinstalled the security monitoring and defense system for the entire villa. At this moment, everyone is really in danger. The question about transformation technique couldn't be answered by Naruto. Long Tien thought for a while, and thought that he should ask Iruka for a try. When school was over at noon that day, Long Tien said to Iruka, "Teacher, I invite you to eat at noon, and I would like to ask you a question." "Okay." Iruka readily agreed. "Brother Long Tien, count me in too." Naruto said hehe. "Okay." Ichiraku ramen. Long Tien laughed. "Yay." Naruto cheered. Iruka looked at the elated Naruto, and was very pleased. Since meeting Long Tien, Naruto has become more smiling. For Naruto's paper, if the world ends in the future, who would you want to be with? Iruka couldn't help but read it, and the answer he saw was, Long Tien. Then he couldn't help looking at Long Tien's answer curiously, and it turned out to be, Naruto. This surprised Iruka, but also relieved that Naruto can have a friend of the same generation who really treats him well. Also because of this, Iruka's attitude towards Long Tien is even better. The three of us arrived at Ichiraku Ramen together and were served hot and delicious ramen in no time. After drinking and eating, Iruka asked, "Long Tien, tell me, what do you want to ask?" Long Tien said, "I want to ask, is there any way to identify a person after using the transformation technique? What if someone uses the transformation technique to commit a crime?" Iruka asked, "Could it be that in your world, some people have used this ninjutsu to commit crimes?" Boom. These words of Iruka buzzed in Long Tien's mind. Your world. Does Iruka know about our world? This. Shocking, isn't it? Long Tien hurriedly asked for confirmation. Teacher, Iruka knows about our other world. Iruka coughed a few times, looked around and said to him, "What did I just say?" "I didn't say anything." Long Tien fell into deep thought. Iruka seemed to have something to hide, but just now he accidentally slipped his mouth. This Hokage world hides even bigger secrets than Long Tien imagined. What is the secret? Being able to realize the reality of strength is already very powerful, isn't this a game? But another world, or some other big secret. Long Tien's thoughts can't help drifting away. Naruto. Mr. Iruka, what do you mean by what you just said? Isn't brother Long Tien from this world? Naruto's words interrupted Long Tien's imagination. Iruka shook his head. I didn't say anything just now. At this time, Long Tien knew that Iruka wouldn't talk too much, so he had to change the subject and said, Mr. Iruka, do you have any way to solve the problem I just mentioned? Iruka nodded. Of course there is a way. When the transformation technique was created, many ninjas used it to commit crimes. With the continuous discovery of many seniors, they finally found some ways. Long Tien and Naruto listened carefully. Iruka said patiently, first of all, the transformation technique changes the appearance of a person, while the voice can change part of it, but it is still different from the imitated object. As for the smell and habits, it is impossible to change it. Long Tien. Teacher Iruka, you mean to identify through sound, smell, and movement habits? Iruka nodded. That's right. At this moment, Long Tien scolded himself for being stupid. He could buy a few dogs for the villa. Dogs are most sensitive to smells. Even if transformation technique comes in, the dogs can find something wrong. Iruka continued. Second point, when we practice above chunin, our 5 sense organs will become much more sensitive, and we will have special responses to familiar and unfamiliar people. Whether it is chakra or other things, a person will have different the same, so the body replacement technique will become useless to chunin and above, and it may be confused for a short time, but it is impossible for a long time. Long Tien breathed a sigh of relief when he heard this. At the same time, it suddenly dawned on me, no wonder the transformation technique was rarely used in the later stage of Hokage, it turned out to be the reason. Only the special product of White Zetsu can cross the 4th Ninja World War, and it was finally clearly distinguished by Naruto. Long Tien asked again, Teacher Iruka, if I become an object, not a character, will this be recognized? Long Tien thought of the experience of nosebleed when Yuching was desperately unable to rub out the bubbles when she turned into soap in the bathroom. Iruka, it's the same reason. If the strength is above chunin, you will find something wrong, unless the transformation technique is used very profoundly, that is, the level is very high. Long Tien, then is there any way to break the transformation technique? Make it invalid. Iruka nodded. Yes, that is to disrupt the operation of chakra, give him an irritating action, and make him disturbed, physically disturbed, and chakra disturbed. Long Tien asked. Hit him. Iruka. It's okay to hit him. Long Tien felt that this was a bit inexplicably familiar. After thinking about it, he slapped his head. Isn't this the countermeasure after being hit by an illusion? Open the system panel and take a look. At this time, the system prompts that the screen has been filled. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your transformation technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 10000. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your transformation technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 10000. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your transformation technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 10000. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your transformation technique has been raised to LV40. Long Tien was overjoyed. He didn't expect to have such benefits, but it was a pity that transformation technique was improved, not other important skills. What are you waiting for? Continue to ask. Ho ho. Soon Long Tien began to ask Iruka about chakra refining technique. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your chakra refining technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 10000. This prompt sound is cool. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your chakra refining technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 10000. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your chakra refining technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 10000. Ding, under Iruka's guidance, your chakra refining technique has been improved rapidly, experience plus 10000. Long Tien was simply delighted. Is it so cool to fight monsters? Haha. Even a single dungeon is not so cool. It's a pity that the lunchtime didn't last long after all, and it was soon approaching the afternoon class time, so Long Tien could only forcefully interrupt the class. But in this little time alone, Long Tien has already upgraded the chakra refining technique by 1 level, LV36. Afternoon class. Brushed 5 rounds of dungeons after school. Go out and spawn monsters. That's the end of the 24 hours of Hokage game time. Corresponding to 12 hours in real time. Throw all the experience on chakra refining technique and upgrade to LV41. Leaving the game and returning to reality, Long Tien turned on the computer non-stop and wrote a post on how to prevent transformation technique, crime, God Long Tien. After Long Tien asked Iruka about the transformation technique, he continued to try various methods of interrupting the transformation technique and found that there were quite a few. A post is eloquent, explaining various methods of discovering, interrupting, and preventing transformation technique. After personal experiments, the transformation technique cannot be changed to the fingerprint level. Transformation technique is easily disrupted by stimuli, such as sudden attacks. Transformation technique, in fact, has many weaknesses, so we don't need to be afraid of it, we just need to be more careful, and we can avoid the risk of being victimized through various preventive measures. After writing for half an hour, the post was freshly released. Click to publish. Now, those arrogant people should restrain themselves. After the post was posted, it was upvoted by countless netizens in less than a minute. Long Tien God tier, human conscience, thank you for the summary, so that we can prevent it in a targeted manner. It turns out that dogs can tell the difference. Thank God God tier, Long Tien, for his guidance. I'm already on my way to buy a dog. Tianlongai Daihubeota Township River Demon, this code. Fortunately, the transformation technique has so many weaknesses, otherwise it would be a big trouble for humans. It has been notified to the community that a fingerprint recognition system will be installed at the gate downstairs. With this post, my wife, daughter and the whole family are relieved a lot, thanks to Long Tien God tier. The popularity of the post exploded. Originally, God Long Tien was only limited to the prestige of first player, but now many people began to appreciate him at once. This is no longer a fake fame on the internet, but a real life saving. Long Tien went out for a trip and soon bought 2 Rottweilers, 1 male and 1 female. The Rottweiler is strong, and is one of the most courageous and powerful dog breeds in the world. This dog was once used to guard the herd. It is a smart, strong and approachable breed. Now it is used as a police dog. Widely acclaimed. And after 500 years of evolution, it has become smarter and stronger, and it is a favorite guardian dog for humans. If one day I have the opportunity to meet Kakashi, I should ask him about the skills of raising dogs. Kakashi's gang of ninja dogs are very powerful guys. Well, there is also Inuzuka, one of the 12 strong ones. His dog it's also very well raised. It must be a good idea if these two Rottweilers can be domesticated into tolerance dogs. At this time, the kunai and shuriken that Long Tien had ordered also arrived. Made of modern alloy, it is sharp, hard, and has strong toughness, which is more than 10 times sharper than the so-called high-tech equipment 500 years ago. Long Tien tried it. Kunai can easily insert into the green brick wall. The feeling is no different from inserting into the soil. In addition to kunai and shuriken, there is also a set of ninja suits imitating Konoha, made of advanced nanomaterials, breathable, tough, tight. Putting on this outfit, Long Tien's already tall and straight body became even more extraordinary. The other 4 girls woke up one after another. Wow, brother Long Tien, so cool. The 4 girls glowed green when they saw Long Tien's ninja suit. Brother Long Tien, be my boyfriend. Miao Yu, who has a childlike face, said boldly. How about we 2 maids and 1 husband together? Tiantian was immediately ashamed, and started to tickle with Miao Yu, having a fight. Long Tien said, okay, let's stop making trouble, I have something important to say. First, Long Tien God wrote a strategy on crime prevention transformation technique on the internet, please read it carefully. Second, I bought 2 dogs, which can warn outsiders in advance. Third, I bought a batch of kunai and shurikens. You should practice more in reality, otherwise people will say that you are nothing but big and beautiful breasts, that would be bad. Nothing but big and beautiful breasts. Puff. The 4 girls didn't expect that Long Tien would make a twist at the end of the serious topic, and burst out laughing. After Long Tien left, the 4 girls whispered, what should I do? I feel that the landlady is full of mystery, and I seem to like him. Miao Yu squinted her eyes and said nympho. HMPH, you nympho. The other 3 girls laughed. Jingwen pushed her glasses. I also think the landlord is not simple. Isn't Miao Yu in Konoha? When you leave Zinsho village, look for him. Miao Yu nodded sharply. 4 hours later. Late at night, Long Tien put on the ninja suit again, put on the gloves, and placed the shuriken on the equipment bag of the ninja suit, kunai. He has been reporting on the murderer who murdered girls in his community. If this person is not dug out sooner, it will be a ticking time bomb for the safety of his villa. Tonight, Long Tien wanted to see if the murderer couldn't resist coming out and continuing to commit crimes. Taking advantage of the night, Long Tien turned into darkness and came to the highest point of the community, like a cheetah, quietly waiting for the appearance of its prey. In the flower garden under another building 500 meters away from Long Tien's villa, a furtive shadow walked at night. Lin Dong himself is an ordinary person. He dropped out of school and lived with a gang of hooligans. Originally, he thought he would spend his life like this. Who knew that the game, Hokage Ninja, appeared at this time? In the game, he rescued a wandering ninja by chance. Being good at drilling, he quickly gained the favor of that wandering ninja, and then taught transformation technique. Under the ninja's precepts and deeds, his transformation technique, the level increased rapidly. What surprised him even more was that the wandering ninja took him to use the transformation technique in the game Steel Jade Steel Fragrance. He finally knew why the ninja was a wandering ninja, because he was driven out of the village. However, he also tasted the sweetness, and he didn't want to turn back, and started to steal jade steel incense with the wandering ninjas everywhere in the ninja world, committing major crimes one after another. This thing is like an addiction. The longer it gets deeper and deeper, he feels that his previous life was too boring, and only this kind of life is what he likes. And just last night, he couldn't help but make a move in reality, and then accidentally killed the girl. He discovered that killing people was nothing, it was no different from killing a chicken. So, tonight, he couldn't help but come out again. In fact, he doesn't belong to this community. The reason why he chose this community is because there are many rich people here, and the pampered little women have more beautiful bodies and more feelings. Tonight, he fell in love with one of the villas, which he saw by accident. There are 4 girls, one of whom has a young face and big breasts, his favorite, and the other is hot and surging. I like it, and there is one cute, one cold, spring frost and autumn chrysanthemum, each has its own merits. He simply loves it. He paid attention to the villa for a while. There were no men, only 4 girls, which made him bolder. 4 girls are easy to deal with, and the risk is much lower. At the thought of getting 4 beauties with different styles to fly together, Lindong felt a surge of heat in his stomach. Taking advantage of the night, he quietly used the method taught to him by the wandering ninja in the game, skimming through the buildings and woods, silently, avoiding one camera after another. Soon he came to the target location, inside a single-family villa. Just when he was about to climb over the wall and enter. Woof woof woof. In the quiet and dark night, there was a dog barking. There is a dog. Lindong sneered, took out 2 shurikens in his hands, and shot them at the 2 dogs. Humph. A cold snort came. Lindong was horrified to see his 2 flying shurikens being intercepted by another 2 shurikens that suddenly appeared. Oops, it's a master. Lindong was shocked, and turned back without saying a word, preparing to escape. Since you're here, don't leave. A stern voice came. Lindong broke out in a cold sweat, and saw a black shadow man appearing in front of him at some point, with a handful of kunai twirling in his hand like a flying butterfly. Lindong swallowed his saliva, forced a smile and said, "My friend, we have no grudges in the past, and we have no grudges in the present. Why don't you let me go today, so that we can meet again in the future? The girl you raped and killed last night, what grudge does she have against you?" Long Tian said coldly. "So, do you want to be a good person?" Lindong took out his shuriken, and now he had no choice but to fight. "Go to hell." Lindong made a hideous sound, and the 3 shurikens spun and shot at Long Tian. "It's useless, your level is too low." Long Tian chuckled, ding ding ding, directly blocked the incoming shuriken with kunai. Lindong's face changed drastically. He was surprised. You can intercept my shuriken." So, Long Tian moved, and quickly shot out 2 shurikens with his right hand. The direction is 3 meters to the left of Lindong. Lindong was astonished, then pointed at Long Tian and laughed loudly, "Ha ha ha, your shot missed, ah." Before he finished speaking, his neck seemed to be strangled. The 2 shurikens were spinning and collided with each other suddenly in the air, and then one of the shurikens changed direction instantly and shot towards Lindong's heel at a faster speed. Scoff. The shuriken hit his heel directly, severing the hamstrings of both feet. Gudong. Lindong's legs softened, and he knelt directly on the ground, his face still full of disbelief. The shuriken can turn. Long Tian snorted coldly, took out his phone and called the police. Before calling the police, Long Tian thought for a while, took out a shuriken, and shot into the murderer's lower body. Eunuch. At this time, the 4 girls who heard the barking and movement of the dog also rushed out, and when they saw Long Tian and the young man kneeling on the ground, they immediately guessed what happened. Not long after, the police car drove over, and then the lights of the surrounding buildings gradually turned on, and many residents were woken up. After hearing that the murderer of the murder case last night was caught, they immediately cheered loudly. Long Tian was naturally treated like a hero, but he still slipped away quickly. "I found that I don't really like writing about reality, so take your time. ... After solving the real problem, Long Tian returned to the game. A new day of ninja school teaching. Iruka. Today, we have a practical class, and those who win will be rewarded. Yeah, it's finally the practical class. The whole class cheered. And at this moment, players such as Long Tian, Muscle Maniac, and Foodie heard the system's notification sound in their ears. Ding! Trigger a new task, show your strongest side in actual combat, and get Iruka's affirmation, which can increase the skill level by 1 to 5. As soon as this task appeared, the eyes of the 5 people instantly turned red. I'm hasty. The skill level is randomly increased by 5 to 10 levels. Long Tian, Muscle Madman, General God, and Big Foodie look at each other, and they all see the high fighting spirit in each other's eyes. King Invincible cried. He found himself completely ignored by Long Tian and the others. Iruka. Okay, now let's draw lots and choose the opponent. All the students in the class stepped forward, drew their own numbers one by one, and finally played against those with the same number. Haruno Sakura versus Yamanaka Ino. Nara Shikamaru versus Cool Version None. Long Tien God vs. Matsumoto Ishida. Muscle Madman vs. Sando Chiiden. Foodie vs. I Fukuyama. General God vs. Kimura Hachi. The last couple. King Invincible vs. Uchiha Sasuke. As soon as the result came out, the audience fell silent, and gloating eyes fell on Wang Wangdi. Long Tien, a big foodie, a general, and a muscle maniac almost burst out laughing. King Invincible, what a crime he did in his previous life, it was too hard, and he was drawn to fight against Uchiha Sasuke. Who is Uchiha Sasuke? Class first. Genius. Straight A student. Although I haven't seen him in actual combat, I can know from the mouths of other students that Sasuke's strength can completely kill other students. King Invincible's heart at this time was also run over by 10,000 grass mud horses 100 times, and he almost didn't cry. He still wants to perform well, let Iruka get a high score and improve his skill level, but now this goal is probably going to fail. At this time, Uchiha Sasuke glanced at him lightly, and then snorted coldly. Even a pig could see the deep disdain. King Woody was so angry that his chest was tight and he was extremely aggrieved. Okay, the actual battle begins. Iruka announced the start of the game as if he didn't see King Invincible's help-seeking eyes. The first game was Haruno Sakura vs. Yamanaka Ino. The two were friends, and they didn't fight at the beginning, so they scolded a few words before talking. Ino, broad forehead, Sasuke is mine. Haruno Sakura. Ino pig, Sasuke is mine, you can't get it. Sasuke stood aside coldly, completely indifferent to the confession of the two girls. And Naruto looked at Haruno Sakura with resentment, like a wronged little daughter-in-law. The battles between Yamanaka Ino and Haruno Sakura basically rely on kunai and shuriken, and they have never used small ninjutsu such as body replacement technique, but it is clear that both sides have good strength and fight very well. In the end, Haruno Sakura won with a small victory and a half stroke. Iruka commented a few words, talked about the areas that can be improved, and explained patiently. The second group played against Nara Shikamaru versus the cool version of Wu. Shikamaru, one of the 12 small powerhouses, naturally took care of this cool version of Wu with ease. At the end, he sighed, it's really troublesome. During the two battles, Long Tien and other 5 players kept hearing system prompts. Ding, observe the NPC battle, kunai plus 123 experience, shuriken plus 165 experience. Ding, observe the NPC battle, kunai plus 148 experience, shuriken plus 154 experience. Ding, reminders keep coming up. Compared with Iruka's teachings, the experience gain is naturally much worse, but no matter how few mosquito legs are, it is still meat. 20 minutes later, Iruka. Next match, God Long Tien versus Matsumoto Ishida. Long Tien took a deep breath and walked into the arena with Matsumoto Ishida. Matsumoto Ishida is a boy with ribs as thin as a bamboo pole, and his appearance is a bit eye-catching. Long Tien looked at Matsumoto Ishida, thinking about countermeasures. Although this Matsumoto Ishida did not become an official ninja in the original plot, but he has stayed in the ninja school for so many years, his skill level must be higher than mine, and he must not be underestimated. He is the only ninja. My weakness is probably that I have less combat experience than me, so my best solution is quick battle and quick decision. Hope I can succeed. Iruka. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, battle, start. Iruka's voice just fell. Drink. Long Tien yelled loudly, with big strides bang bang bang, flew towards Matsumoto Ishida, and at the same time kept his hands out, quickly pulled out a handful of kunai. Momentum. Long Tien's movements were filled with an indomitable momentum. Matsumoto Ishida was suddenly stunned by Long Tien's fierce attack, and even his movements suddenly became at a loss. When he reacted and drew out his shuriken, Long Tien had already thrown him 3 meters away. Seeing that Long Tien was about to pounce, like a fierce tiger volleying in the air, Matsumoto Ishida realized at this time that he was holding a shuriken instead of a kunai. He hastily put the shuriken back, and was about to take out kunai, but unfortunately, Long Tien didn't give him the chance, kicked him to the ground, and then kunai lay directly on his neck. Iruka. God Long Tien, win. Iruka looked at Long Tien's eyes, full of relief. It was the fastest one to end, and it was clean. Iruka began to comment. Long Tian's performance is good. Before the battle, I took into account the shortcomings of Matsumoto Ishida's lack of actual combat experience, so I directly suppressed Matsumoto Ishida with momentum at the beginning of the battle, and the effect was also very good. As for Matsumoto Ishida, I am very disappointed. I lost my momentum during the battle, and I panically took the wrong shuriken. Such mistakes are unforgivable. I have to practice hard when I go back. Long Tian didn't pay attention to what Iruka said later. His attention was already drawn to the skill panel. Ding, because you quickly eliminated your opponent with the right tactics in the first battle, and received high praise from Iruka, your kunai has increased by 9 levels. Ding, your kunai skill has been upgraded to LV54. Upgrade to level 9 all at once. Cool, Dragon God tier, the rewards are out. How many levels have you raised? The big foodie, the muscle maniac, and the general came to ask. Haha, it's just a small increase to level 9, not much. Long Tian said modestly. What, level 9? This is still a small promotion. Not much. I'll kill you, pretender. The three fight together. The three roared in anger. Iruka. Next match, Muscle Maniac versus Sando Cheatin. The Muscle Maniac took a deep breath and shook his fist at Long Tian, Dachuo, and General God. The three of Long Tian, come on. King Invincible grimaced at the side. I have completely become a marginal figure, and everything is a good thing that Long Tian did. The muscular maniac's fighting style is rather wild. At the beginning of the battle, he imitated Long Tian's way of first attacking people with momentum, and then rushing forward with a burst of fast fists and kicks. Shuriken is less used. However, the strength of Qianduan of Longtao Mountain Road should not be underestimated. When defending passively, he flexibly used kunai and shuriken to fight back. Soon, the situation was reversed, and the muscular maniac was stabbed in several places by Shandao Cheatin. His flexibility decreased, and finally he was defeated by Shandao Cheatin on the ground. Iruka nodded, and commented, Sandao Cheatin performed well and is relatively calm. Although the physical skills of the muscular maniac are brave, they are not refined enough and need more practice. Soon the muscular maniac received the system prompt of physical technique plus LV2, and he was so happy that he smiled. Physical skills has a lot of experience in leveling up. Leveling up to level 2 is already equivalent to leveling up to level 6 in kunai. Followed by Foodie versus I Fukuyama, General God versus Kuichi Kimura. Both of them had a good performance, and they were able to play brilliantly in front of the NPC old classmates in the same class. After Iruka commented, they each rose to kunai plus LV5, which was much faster than leveling. The four of them had their own achievements, their eyebrows were beaming, and their voices unconsciously increased. In the end, the king is invincible. Iruka. Next match, Uchiha Sasuke versus King of Kings. All the students looked at King Woody with sympathetic eyes and fought against Sasuke. It was really miserable. Uchiha Sasuke walked into the arena with cold eyes, handsome and unrivaled, and there were bursts of nympho screams all around. Sasuke, so handsome, ugly, how dare you fight Sasuke, surrender quickly. Hearing these words, King Invincible was so depressed that he wanted to vomit blood. He had always been praised by others, but now he became the villain. King Invincible knows that he can't win, so in order to add points in front of Iruka, he raised his head and chest with high fighting spirit. Student Sasuke, although I know I can't win you, but I will definitely. Too much nonsense. Uchiha Sasuke interrupted directly. Quote. King Invincible's remaining words were stuck on his neck, his whole face was purple, and there was a suffocation in his chest that was about to explode. When did he experience such humiliation as the youngest of the Liu family? Okay. King Wang Wudi gritted his teeth and said viciously, let me see your ability, is it really that strong? After speaking, he rushed directly to Uchiha Sasuke. Humph. I saw Sasuke snorted coldly, and then made seals with both hands. Fire-style great fireball technique. A huge ball of fire directly crashed into King Invincible head-on. King Woody, who was still going forward bravely, was directly confused. I'm so hasty. What is this? King Invincible, who had never seen this form of ninjutsu before, was instantly shocked by the terrifying heat, and was directly stunned. Boom! King Invincible was blown out directly, his flesh and blood flew everywhere, and he was so crippled that he couldn't be more crippled. Wow! Sasuke is amazing. Sasuke is so handsome. There were bursts of nympho cheering all around. Iruka nodded in satisfaction. Sasuke is good, he can already perform sea-level ninjutsu at this age, and he really deserves the name of a genius. As for King Invincible, he was lying there right now, completely ignored and ignored. And in his ear, a system prompt came in a timely manner. Ding, you failed to show any fighting qualities in this battle, and there is no reward. Poof, King Invincible, who was already depressed and about to vomit blood, finally couldn't take it anymore, and vomited a mouthful of old blood. At this time, 4 of Long Tien ran over to make up the knife. Brother Wong, what's wrong with you? Brother Wong, you died a terrible death. Hey, look, he moved. Oh, Brother Wong still vomits blood, it's amazing. Wow, I vomited a lot of pig blood. A sentence of angry words almost made King Invincible so angry that he lost all his blood. I'm going to kill you, Invincible King roared in his heart. ... After finishing the one-day course, Long Tien went to brush the dungeons. After finishing 5 rounds of dungeons, he continued to brush the monsters. Leveling is painful, especially to kill monsters with kunai, which is boring. At this time, Long Tien really wanted to learn the powerful ninjutsu of fire style, such as the Great Fireball technique, which attracts a bunch of monsters, and then directly uses a great fireball to kill a large number of people. Unfortunately, in the skill tree, this kind of ninjutsu can only be activated when you are at least genin. 5 days later, the ninja school class suddenly transferred a new teacher named Mizuki. Like Iruka, this Mizuki teacher has a very good attitude towards Naruto. Long Tien, who is well aware of the plot, naturally knows that Mizuki is Orochimaru's pawn in Konoha, and later lures Naruto to steal the sealed book. Such an NPC must be used well. So, Long Tien began to take Naruto to pester Mizuki all day long, to ask for advice and to learn. For future plans, Mizuki didn't dare to drive Long Tien and Naruto away, so he could only hold back the unpleasant teaching. Although he didn't have as much experience as Iruka's earnest teaching, it was much faster than fighting monsters. Under such circumstances, Long Tien's skill level began to increase rapidly at a faster rate. Time flies, and a month has passed. The 3rd generation appeared in front of Long Tien and others for the first time, announcing the date of this year's graduation exam, Konoha's 60th year, June 30th. That is 2 days later. After Long Tien heard the news, he laughed, he couldn't wait to be promoted to genin. At this time, after a month of struggle, Long Tien's ranks are as follows. Character ID: God Long Tien. Faction: Konohagakure. Level: 99% of level 100. Reminder: pass the test task, you can advance to genin, up 101 levels. Bitterness LV 100. Shuriken LV 100. Body replacement technique LV 100. Jayin LV 100. Chakra refining technique LV 100. Konoha, Hokage F. 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen sat on the Hokage seat, and in front of him were a dozen Jonin, Chunin, and teachers of the graduating class. If Long Tien were here, he would definitely recognize Hatake Kakashi, Hong, Asuma, the NPCs Long Tien had always wanted to see, but hadn't seen. Sarutobi Hiruzen. According to the past practice, we first take the test content and test the basic skill level of the students. After passing the test, the instructor will do the 2nd round of tests in person. After passing the 2 rounds of tests, the Ninja Forehead Protector will be awarded and become an official Ninja Forehead Protector. Ninja. However, Sarutobi Hiruzen made a turn. There are 5 new aliens this year, so the exam still needs to be revised. The aliens are uniquely blessed by nature, they are favored by the God tier, and they practice quickly, so their exams must be stricter. At the same time, resources are limited, so we do not arrange tutors for them, and they will study independently in the future. Everyone nodded. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Since everyone agrees, let me announce the key points of the exam. First, our own students. The content of the first round of the exam is clone technique, and if they succeed, they will advance to the 2nd round. In the 2nd round, they will be grouped into groups of 3, led by a tutor, and the tutor will play against the three of them. Examination: if you think you can become a ninja, let them advance to genin. Second, regarding Inhumans, the basic requirement for taking the test is Kunai Shuriken Body Replacement Technique Transformation Technique Level 100. The official test is under the attack of a genin down, support for 10 minutes. Third, in the future, a special channel for the promotion of aliens will be opened. Aliens who meet the basic requirements can apply for promotion to the genin exam at any time. After passing the exam, they will be issued a genin forehead protector and included in the genin file. At the same time, the leaders of Cloud Shinobi Ninja Village, Mist Shinobi Ninja Village, Iwagakure, Sand Shinobi Ninja Village, and other large and small villages were discussing the genin graduation exam. 10 minutes later, all players in the entire game world heard the announcement from the system. System notice: the historical process has begun to advance, and the game has started a maintenance update. Duration: 1 day. For specific update information, please check the official website. System notice: the historical process has begun to advance, and the game has started a maintenance update. Duration: 1 day. For specific update information, please check the official website. System notice: the historical process has begun to advance, and the game has started a maintenance update. Duration: 1 day. For specific update information, please check the official website. The system update came unexpectedly, and there were countless discussions on the entire Game World channel. What's going on? Why is the game suddenly going to be maintained and updated? Did something big happen? Could it be that Long Tien God tier has caused something serious? Who can tell me what happened? I heard that the major villages will organize ninja school graduation exams. Could it be related to this? Is God Long Tien going to be promoted to genin? It is estimated that the announcement madman will be on the announcement again. In the midst of this discussion, the system announced, the 10's countdown to shutdown begins. 10, 9, 8, 3.2.1. Closure. The players of the entire game were instantly ejected from the game and returned to reality. Real world. When all humans were ejected from the world of Hokage Ninja, the official website of the game flooded with a lot of traffic. And on the homepage of the official website, a big announcement was shining with golden lights, attracting everyone's attention. Hokage Ninja. Update list. Update 1. The novice village has been cancelled, and all players will enter the main world. Update 2. Cancel the maximum online limit of 12 hours a day, and you can be online for a long time. Update 3. Cancel the system's built-in communication tools mailbox. Game channel remote communication can only be contacted through the main world's unique phone and mobile device. Update 4. Unpacking. I feel that the package in Hokage is useless. Update 5. Cancel the personal level, and use the novice, genin, jonin, and cage level levels to measure the level of personal strength. Update 6. Cancel the experience mode of fighting monsters and open the combat evaluation mode. The system will conduct combat evaluation through strength comparison, combat results, combat efficiency, and skill utilization efficiency, respectively E, D, C, B, A, S, and SS, SSS level. The higher the evaluation, the more skill points you can get, and the skill points can be used to improve the skill level. 1 point corresponds to level 1. Update 7. Turn on the death penalty. If the player is killed, he will lose a lot of skill levels and be punished to quit the game for 2 days. Update 8. Open various bloodline limit dungeons, randomly drop bloodline limit gene potion used to increase the bloodline limit and get the corresponding bloodline limit by opening the dungeon. Warning. The difficulty level of this type of dungeon is SS level, and the death penalty is 10 times. Update 9. Open various summoning beast dungeons, and randomly drop the summoning beast contract scroll, and get the corresponding summoning beast after opening the dungeon. Update 10. Increase the fatal blow effect of the throat, heart and other vital parts, making it more realistic. Finally, the notice reads, Hokage Ninja ushers in a new era. Everything becomes more real. I hope you will encourage and work hard. ... When Long Tien came out of the game cabin, the 4 girls were sitting together, studying the update of the game. Without the communication means that comes with the system, how can we still communicate? Woo, the 4 of us are going to be separated. I'm quite curious about something like blood succession boundary. I read the announcement and feel that it's very difficult to obtain. Is it a very powerful thing? And the summoning beast. This chapter has been written for several hours. I have sorted it out before, and I have pondered it many times today, and finally settled it. Some book friends may find it a bit weird, or I don't like it. I am sorry for this. Finally, please continue to support. Don't abandon me, cute. Long Tien turned on the computer and carefully read the contents of this update one by one. Cancellation of Novice Village, cancellation of System Communication Tools, cancellation of Package, cancellation of Personal Level. These items are all the same as Long Tien's original guess, real game, real way. Cancelling the monster killing experience and changing it to combat evaluation is in line with Long Tien's taste, because in order to upgrade to level 100, he has already vomited blood from killing monsters, and he has no technical content at all. Death penalty, this is what it should be. Long Tien's attention was quickly placed on the copy of Blood Succession Boundary. Clicking on this message, Long Tien entered the instruction page. Explanation 1. The blood succession limit is the most important part of strength in the Hokage world, and any blood succession limit can greatly improve the level of personal combat effectiveness. Explanation 2. Warning. On the one hand, the major powers and ninja villages protect the blood succession boundaries of their own ethnic groups from being known to outsiders, and on the other hand, they spy on or destroy the enemy's blood succession boundaries. Due to the particularity of blood succession boundaries passed on by blood, it often brings the danger of war, misfortune, or even genocide to the owning family. Explanation 3. Different blood successor limits correspond to different dungeons, and the number of each blood succession limit is limited. Example. Blood succession boundary, White Eyes, the maximum number is 10,000. When the quota reaches 10,000, the copy will be destroyed. Note 4. The difficulty level of this type of dungeon is SS level, and the death penalty X 10 times. The stronger the blood succession limit, the harder the dungeon and the heavier the punishment. Seeing this, Long Tien could already clearly see the difficulty of obtaining the blood successor boundary. Fortunately, I don't need to break through any copy of the blood succession limit. In the skill tree attached to the god level tuba, there are White Eyes, Sharingan, Senju blood, Uzumaki blood, and even Tensegan and Rinnegan. As long as the rank is reached, they are all obtained automatically, and I don't need to do it. What's this called? Win by lying down, take by lying down. Hey, in fact, what I want more is to be down to earth step by step. Long Tien looked up to the sky, falling into deep self-blame. At the same time, the Liu family, Invincible King Liu Dashao, laughed wildly after seeing the first item of the system update. My men and horses can finally enter the main world. God Long Tien, let me see how you die this time. Over the past month or so in the game, Invincible King has suffered a lot of humiliation. Almost every day a video of cleaning toilets is uploaded on the internet, and the title of Toilet Cleaning Ambassador resounds throughout the internet. Recently, he tortured several servants in reality, because the servants were quietly talking about his name of Toilet Sweeping Ambassador, which exploded in shame. In addition, in the ninja school, all the students and teachers ignored, humiliated, and ridiculed him, which filled his heart with hatred. All of this was caused by that god Long Tien. He is the majestic young master of the Liu family, one of the top 10 youths of the Earth's power, who is not frightened by the news, but ended up suffering such a big loss in the game. Over the past month, he has been looking forward to his subordinates leaving Xinsho village and entering the main world, and then he can lead his subordinates to besiege and kill god Long Tien. Aren't you great? I don't believe that group beatings won't kill you. 5 people are not enough, just 10 people. 10 people are not enough, just 20 people. 20 people can't do it, just 50 people. At this time, the old housekeeper came in and said respectfully, "Young master, 50 game masters have already been arranged. After playing the game, they can gather by your side immediately." King Invincible. What I want is a master, don't make me some trash. The old butler. You can rest assured, young master. I can guarantee that among the 50 masters, everyone is a master of game operation, and they are also well known in previous games. King Invincible. That's not enough, how high are their skill levels? The old butler. In terms of skill levels, the minimum requirement is that at least one skill exceeds level 70. King Invincible nodded in satisfaction. This matter is well done. The old housekeeper. Don't dare. King Invincible waved his sleeves. Go out, after entering the game, I want to see them right away. The old butler left the room. King Invincible's originally graceful face suddenly became ferocious. Now that there is a death penalty, God Long Tien, I don't believe that I can't wash you away. The King of Invincible is already fantasizing that Long Tien, who has always been number one, was overtaken by countless players after being washed clean by himself, and finally became the bottom player in the game, being bullied by other players every day. Gia 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 Gia. Invincible King was in his room, letting out terrifying and happy laughter. After hearing this, the servants trembled, trembling like quails. ... The day passed quickly. The game is updated. Most of the human beings entered the game room together and returned to the game. When they logged into the game, they found themselves in a different environment, some landed in the square, and some landed on the street. This is the main world. Oh my god, this square is so big. Ha ha ha, I finally came to the main world. After countless players teleported from Novice Village to the main world, they saw a village that was hundreds of times larger than Novice Village, and saw the bustling players around them, screaming excitedly. I want to upgrade quickly, I want to become genin. Where is the copy of the blood succession limit? I want to challenge the copy, I want to get the blood succession limit, I want to be the first player in the player, I want to dominate the ninja world. I'm number one. You trash. You are trash. In the midst of this crowding and boiling, 50 players looked extraordinarily cold and serious. After logging in, they looked around for a while, then found a direction, and went straight. Soon after, they came to the side of King Invincible. 50 people. Kashan shouted, I have seen the young master. King Invincible finally showed a smile at this moment. God Long Tien, let me see how you die this time. Long Tien entered the game. Appeared in the house I bought. At this time, a system prompt appears in due course. Ding, your strength has reached the requirements to advance to the genin exam, you can apply to the ninja school to advance to the genin exam. Long Tien was overjoyed. Haha, genin, here I come. Just when Long Tien wanted to go out, he stopped suddenly. No, with the insidious character of the guy who is invincible, today is the best chance to cleanse me. Maybe he is already waiting for me with his troops nearby. I can't just run out alone and be killed. The best thing is to bring this guy Naruto. With the importance of Naruto's 4th generation son and Nine Tails assistant, once Naruto is attacked, it will definitely be like stabbing a hornet's nest. King Invincible didn't know Naruto's identity, thinking he was just an orphan at the end of a crane, so he would definitely attack Naruto as well. Thinking of this, Long Tien chuckled. The king is invincible, the king is invincible, it's okay if you don't have bad intentions, but if you really have bad intentions, then just wait and cry. At this moment, Brother Long, are you there? Naruto shouted outside. Come on, come on. Long Tien laughed and opened the door. Today is finally the graduation exam, I must become a ninja. Naruto yelled as soon as he entered the door, looking extremely excited. The two went out, bought breakfast downstairs, and then went straight to the ninja school. At the corner not far away, King Invincible gritted his teeth and looked at Long Tien's back, his eyes full of resentment. And behind him were 50 subordinates who had just gathered. This guy actually went to ninja school with that Naruto NPC. King Woody's face was gloomy. He originally planned to surround and kill Long Tien with 50 people, but he didn't expect that Naruto would be with Long Tien. King Woody was in a dilemma all of a sudden. HMPH, it's just a crane tail of an orphan. If you kill it, you will kill it. King Invincible investigated Naruto's family background, and concluded that his parents were unknown, but he was cast aside by the villagers, so he killed Naruto, presumably not it caused too serious consequences, and he didn't do anything this time, he just let 50 of his subordinates do it. King Invincible thought about it, and said to the 50 subordinates behind, go and kill that player, remember to pay attention to that NPC, if you can kill it, if you can't kill it, kill the player first. 50's subordinates. Yes, young master. With a wave of King Invincible's hand, 50 subordinates rushed straight to Long Tien. As for King Invincible himself, he hides in the dark and does not show his face, so as not to be caught by others. After all, he will still hang out in Konoha village in the future. The poor King Woody didn't know that although Naruto was cast aside by the villagers, even though he was an orphan, he had an amazing background and had always been the focus of Konoha's senior management. If he knew Naruto's background, he wouldn't dare to attack Naruto even if he was given 100 guts. Long Tien and Naruto rushed to the ninja school. Suddenly dozens of players flooded out around them, surrounding them. Naruto was startled. What do you want to do? He has always been rough and unaware that the other party's purpose is to surround and kill them. Long Tien sneered. Are you sent by King Woody? The 50 players didn't speak at all, and rushed straight to Long Tien and Naruto with cold faces. You are courting death. At this time, Naruto also realized that this group of guys did not come with good intentions, and immediately shouted angrily. 50 people attacked together, and the 360-degree surroundings of Long Tien and Naruto immediately ushered in dense kunai and shuriken, which immediately put them in a great crisis. Naruto, seduction technique, Long Tien hurriedly said. Although Naruto was very nervous, but his fighting instinct was very strong, Long Tien immediately understood when he reminded him. Naruto quickly formed a seal and shouted, seduction technique. Bang! A white mist rose, and suddenly a cloud-shrouded nude beauty appeared in front of 50 players, with a beautiful face and an extremely hot figure, alluring. All attacks stopped instantly. The 50 players couldn't help but looked at the beautiful woman transformed into by Naruto, their eyes were straight. Walk. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Long Tien pulled Naruto, flew to the roof, and fled. Shuriken shoot quickly, you trash. Wang Jie Woody's exasperated voice came from a distance. The 50 players who came to their senses immediately shot a rain of shurikens at Long Tien and Naruto. Long Tien calmly pushed Naruto away, and quickly closed his seal, body replacement technique. Tuck tuck duck. Those shurikens were all stuck on a piece of wood. When Long Tien reappeared, he had already come to Naruto's side, pulling Naruto to continue to escape. Hurry up and chase me. King Woody was furious and cursed. Those 50 players failed to attack in a row, and their faces felt hot. They roared out of embarrassment, and quickly jumped onto the roof, chasing after Long Tien and Naruto. 50 people chasing 2 people, the momentum is extremely spectacular. How dare you play wild in the village? At this time, a roar came from the side, and a figure rushed directly into the crowd of 50 players like lightning. Boom, pang, boom, crack, crack. There was a muffled sound of punches and kicks, and in less than 4 or 5 seconds, 50 players were sent flying out into bags of garbage. Ms. Iruka, Naruto exclaimed in surprise. The person who just came to the rescue was Iruka. Invincible King in the distance had a dark secret and left the scene quickly. Who are you? How courageous. Iruka looked at this group of strangers with a gloomy face. These strangers dared to be so presumptuous in the village on the first day they came here, and the target was the village's darling, Naruto. The 50 players were also a little confused. They didn't expect the NPCs to react so quickly and their strengths were so different. Before they could react, they were beaten to the ground one by one, severely injured and unable to move. Say, who ordered you to do this? Iruka pressed with a cold face. 50 players didn't say a word, so naturally they wouldn't explain to the NPC, at worst they would die once. Iruka saw them being so stubborn, and was very angry. Very well, you are so stubborn, you will know what regret is later, don't think that you are aliens and will be resurrected, I can't cure you. When the 50 players heard this, they didn't take it seriously, thinking that this NPC was threatening them. Many of them are strong in reality, and they have encountered a lot of threats. Naturally, they would not put such threats on in the eyes. At this time, 2 masked ninjas came to the scene, and Long Tien recognized Anbu at a glance. Given the importance of Naruto, it was normal for Anbu to come. Iruka told Anbu about the situation. Long Tien heard one of the Anbu say, these aliens won't give in if they don't let them see how powerful they are. It just so happens that Sene Ibis-sama is very interested in aliens recently, and wants to try his torture method in aliens, role among humans. Hearing this, Long Tien immediately thought of the pervert leader of the Konoha Interrogation Division, Grandmaster's various tortures, and Long Tien couldn't help feeling a little numb. But at the same time, he was a little gloating. These guys would probably die if they fell into the hands of Morino Ibiki. A minute later, another group of police force ninjas in uniform arrived. Since the Uchiha family was exterminated, the police force has been recontrolled by Konoha, responsible for the security of the village. Note: in the original plot, the guard force should have been revoked after the Uchiha genocide was exterminated, but it did not explain what department the later Konoha was responsible for the security of the village. If it was Anbu, it would be too talented and useless, so the author still uses the police here, force. Iruka commanded, "Tie up all 50 people and throw them into prison." The police force acted very quickly, swiftly arresting 50 strangers who see death as home. After finishing everything, Iruka took Long Tien and Naruto to the ninja school. This time, Long Tien realized something was wrong. He found that the village seemed to be getting bigger. In the past it took only 10 minutes to walk to the ninja school, but now it took 20 minutes to walk. After arriving at the ninja school, Long Tien and Naruto separated. Naruto went to the class, and Long Tien, led by Iruka, came to the east corner of the even bigger ninja school, where there was an extra building. There is a plaque on it, Examination Center for Alien Promotion. At this time, the Muscle Maniac, General God, and Big Foodie ran over. The three looked envious. "Long Juju, you should be applying for the ninja exam, right?" Long Tien's face was sad. "Hey, there is no way, the system is always urging me, saying that I have met the conditions and I have to advance quickly. I was also forced to come here. Why does the system expect so much of me? Hi, at such a young age, I have to bear such a great pressure of expectations. Hey, I am so tired." Muscle Maniac, General, Big Foodie. "Ah, God, let the next lightning strike kill this pretender." Following the guidance of the staff, Long Tien came to a machine similar to the B ultrasound equipment of the 21st century. After Long Tien stood up, the instrument quickly displayed several lines of information. ID, God Long Tien. Kunai LV 100 level, conditions met. Shuriken LV 100, conditions met. Body replacement technique LV 100 level, conditions met. Transformation technique LV 100 level, conditions met. If you meet the conditions, you are allowed to enter the second round of ninja exams. Then sizzling, a piece of paper spit out from the machine. Level information, Long Tien God, is Long Tien's 4-skill level information, and then stamped with a Konoha official seal. Afterwards, Long Tien was guided by the staff to a room like a ring, where there were 3 ninja judges and a genin. Judge, your opponent is a genin. When the opponent can only use basic E-level ninjutsu, 3 body technique, escape technique. If you successfully support it for 10 minutes, you will be promoted to genin if you pass the exam successfully. Long Tien nodded and stepped onto the ring. Timing begins. As soon as the judges finished speaking, that genin quickly attacked with kunai. Genin's attack was very fierce and very fast, but Long Tien began to train his skills deliberately a month ago, so he was still able to defend with vigor and sound. Without the cooperation of other ninjutsu, genin's attack can only be limited to this. 10 minutes later, Long Tien was still fighting genin vigorously. The challenge is over. At this time, a system prompt sounded in Long Tien's ear. The battle is over. Battle evaluation. A level, reward 1 skill point. The 3 judges smiled. Congratulations to Yurin Long Tien, successfully promoted to genin. Then solemnly handed Konoha's ninja forehead protector to Long Tien. Long Tien's heart was agitated. He took over the forehead protector, and solemnly put it on his head. At this moment, the system sounded. Ding! Congratulations to player Long Tien, successfully advanced to genin. Long Tien couldn't wait to open the skill panel, and saw that on the skill tree, all the skill icons of genin level were all lit up. Blood Successor Boundary. White Eyes Sharingan. Ninjutsu. Shadow Clone Fire Style Great Fireball Technique Fire Style Dragon Fire Technique Fire Style Phoenix Fire Technique Water Style Water Prison Technique Water Style Mist Shinobi Technique Water Style Water Clone Technique Earth Style Diving in Soil. Physique. Gentle Fist. Whether it's blood succession limits or skills, you don't need to learn them all, just light them up directly. Just when Long Tien was about to laugh wildly, the world announcement sounded. Ding! Congratulations to the player Long Tien, who became the first alien in the game to be promoted to a ninja. The reward is 20,000 Konoha reputation and 1,000 world reputation. At this moment, all the players in the ninja world fell silent. Hastily, it's this announcement maniac again. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.